not live.
We are now.
Hey! Where's my camera? There it is.
That's you guys. That's you guys. This one is me. Hello. Thank you and welcome to another lovely episode of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dun, dun.
My name is Anthony Dane. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to go around the table. Starting on that side, my right, we have the clever Eric Muller from Ramble On About Movies.
Ahoy, ahoy.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. We had a milk accident earlier, but we're good now. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, I'd be glad you missed that one.
My character sheet, wish it could miss it.
No. Happens to the best of us.
Very damp.
That's what she said. Going around the table, we have Chris. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm ready to go. Missed last week.
We all missed last week.
Well, I know, but I missed it. I want to play again.
He was sad.
I was sad. Well,
No, you weren't.
not really. But
You were on a cruise.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Right, I wouldn't miss it either.
might have said that a few times.
I
A
hope
few
so.
hundred.
But I'm ready to roll some dice.
That's what I like to hear. Erica.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm super excited. We missed playing last week too, so it's good to be back.
We? The proverbial we?
Yeah.
Or are you like Venom we?
I meant everyone, but thanks.
Face is a little red there, buddy. Going around, we got Josh Bratton. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man.
Different
Ready
podcast.
Right.
Oh,
to- Nah, I'm good, man. I'm ready to roll. Have some fun. See where we end up.
I'm also curious as to where everybody ends up. You're also the only one that doesn't have color on their piece.
wow.
It's okay.
Sorry.
He'll color next week.
Yeah, I'll have color next week.
Racist. We're starting strong tonight.
Yep.
We hit the.
Already
We
got there.
Already
we
got
have
that
to,
in
we have to hit our
September.
bar early on before we can proceed.
Bye, viewers.
Right. Well, anyways, thank you all for being here. You ready to play?
Absolutely.
I was born ready.
Attaboy. Alright, let's jump right into it.
That's a hard pass.
Jelly has fallen, leaving the stronghold to scramble. Upon the escape from the castle, they stumble across a prisoner, Maloth, a practicing monk from a monastery northwest in the Sighing Valley. After liberating their new friend, he leads them back to where Maeve meets with an elder priest to discuss her nightmares. It's here we learn that the visions Maeve has been seeing seem to be, I can't read my own handwriting.
Precog.
Yeah, premonitions.
There you go.
That's the word I'm looking for. I wrote this fast. It's here that we learn that the visions Maeve has been seeing seems to be premonitions of an impending doom across the Desarian Valley. The end of the world.
Oh, no.
Our adventurers bid farewell to the monks and head back to Red Larch for more answers. A 2-day journey home is interrupted by a small gang of orcs and hill giants. After some clever thinking, our group puts an end to the giants and rests at this hijacked camp. As we begin our day, all 4 of you, including our 5th adventurer, Maloth, take an hour rest to gather themselves, and upon gathering themselves, they're all huddled around a campfire, surrounded by dead giants, some orcs, a burning campsite from one of the
Pyros.
from one of the pyros in the group. That if you pan over to the side, you'll see our clever little monk friend meditating in silence. What are you all doing? Go ahead and communicate amongst yourselves. You guys have a day journey towards Red Larch.
What time of day is it?
We are mid-afternoon at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, when everyone's ready, we can start heading back.
We are heading back to Red Larch.
Ready
Yes.
when you are.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Okay. So you all kind of gather your belongings and you look over at Maloth, who's still meditating in his state, and as he comes to, he kind of looks at you all and he thanks you for rescuing him from the keep. But after the adventure with the giants and the orcs, it seems to be too much for him, so he respectfully declines the adventure and wishes to venture back to his monastery. As he bids you all adieu, you shake hands, part ways,
Yep.
respectfully.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Make sure she doesn't stab him in the back.
I wouldn't do that. He's a monk. He was badass.
That means he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, in his little robes, you don't really see any pockets either.
Yeah,
So.
good. Cool. You can go.
Okay, fair enough. So, as you guys venture through, you make it through the rest of this day, and it appears to be night now. You are still a full day's travel away from Red Larch. It's now the evening. You have the option of continuing to go through or setting up camp to rest and then travel again in the morning.
How's everybody feeling?
I'm good.
No, if we push too far, you're gonna end up with getting a little tired. We'll wear ourselves out.
We can stop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do.
We're gonna stop here. That's fine.
Alright.
All right. We'll
Set up camp.
Yeah,
Set
we'll
up
find a
camp.
good spot to set up camp and then set up.
Off to the
Off the
side.
beaten path.
Yes.
If you mind.
Okay, so your surroundings haven't changed very much from the last campsite that you were in. You don't have very many trees. You're just now exiting the valley itself, or what did I call that word the last couple of weeks?
The
A cravine.
Ravine.
That's what we're calling it now. So as you're exiting the cravine, behind you you have the sand and the mountainscape, whereas in front of you you start to enter now the civilization of a little bit more grassy trees and that sort of scenario.
Trees.
So you guys find a nice little campsite off to the side, surrounded by trees and some brush, and you tend to set up your little campsite for the evening, gather some wooden logs to create a fire. Is anybody able to create a fire?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
We
still
all have
got
front,
a
right?
tinderbox.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we all
do
have
I.
a box.
Okay, I was just wondering if we would have to do a spell or if you guys were curious. Okay, no worries.
We're
So,
resourceful. It's fine.
that's fine.
Pull it out and I'm like,
Tinderbox.
Right.
there you go.
Okay, so as you guys safely set up camp for the evening, you actually make it through the evening safely
Good deal.
with a natural 1 on my part.
No.
Off to a good start.
No.
That's true.
Guys, I think I hear someone coming through the forest. Go away! Alright, that's fair.
My bad.
Okay, you heard me.
If we just took a long rest, I would like to wolf my potion.
Okay, so as you all awaken, it is now early morning. You made it through the night safely. Maeve is going to start, wow, at 10?
Yeah.
Like straight 10?
Straight 10.
Alright, so that is a, we're doing HQ.
Okay.
So that would be a high quality, so you can do a grade higher than that, which would be a greater healing potion rather
Okay.
than a standard. So instead of a 2d4, you can have a 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. I'll have to mark that separate from my other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But since that is, we'll roll over your 5 that you had from last time, but we're going to take a decrease. So roll a d4,
Okay.
because we're putting all of our effort into our HQ.
A 3.
Okay, so minus 3 days. So let's say you're at 2 of 10 towards your next build.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Alright.
Works for me.
Is there anything else that you need to do this morning?
Aye, there is. Come here, Kath. Give me a sword again. I put my hands over it and I pray and I give it the blessing of the forge, +1 to attack and everything. Yeah, just
That's what I'm talking about.
pop that off. So he's got the +1 for everything.
So now Keth's Greatsword is now a +1 magic weapon
Yep.
that does +1 to attack rolls as well as damage, correct?
Correct.
And that's for the entire day.
For the
Till
day.
till I take another long rest,
Or you
if
die.
I go unconscious. Yeah.
Drop to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else need to do anything this morning?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you pack up all your belongings and you continue to trudge on. And as you make your way through, you make it through halfway safely. But then, but just then, as the team ventures along the road, behind them,
90s movie guy stepping in here.
in a world, one man.
One woman.
Yeah. Now, behind you, you notice that you can hear some. What's your passive? You're 17. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So Black Cowl can instantly stops and grabs the group's attention because the cowl hears something approaching from behind.
My cow senses are tingling.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
This is just going so much worse. started with the phrase, and now you've got like, what are you, Spider-Man with your tingly parts?
In this case, yes.
Yes.
Gross.
I like the tingly parts.
Hey, I don't want to go, Josh.
I have a boner. Something
Stop.
must be wrong.
No, still too soon. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, let's try and keep those ones down to a minimum, just in
I'm
case.
not sure. Either way.
But, right.
So you're gonna tell us what your cow sense?
Yes. What is my cow senses detecting?
You detect sound and movement through the brush coming behind you. It
Like
appears
that.
to be.
Sounds like an ice machine.
It appears to be loud. They're not being quiet.
Oh,
about this
they
at all.
so I can
Charging,
detect
alright.
multiple.
Oh, fun.
Yes, you can detect multiples.
All right, everyone, get ready. We got multiple bogeys coming up behind us.
We'll pull out the sword and get ready.
I want to stealth up.
Okay.
Get an arrow ready.
No. No, I'm not stealth at all.
What'd you
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
I am going to stealth.
She goes to like stealth, just trips and falls. Did they hear
So-
that?
I go to hide and I fall flat on my face.
So Arena's looking around for somewhere to hide, but she's just kind of like,
Just like circles.
I can't decide where to go.
Okay, so
I
you're
don't
in
know
jail.
which one. Right. Okay.
I'll plop down right next to Cap.
Okay.
Shield and hammer.
Fair enough. So then, what's your seeing distance? This is midday. 60,
Midday.
120,
Long.
60.
60? Okay. Through the brushes and stuff, what are your favorite?
Goblins and dragonborn.
Okay. So through the hedges, as they're trumpling along, you can see what appears to be, in the distance, you can see 3 giant ogres walking their way towards you, unbeknownst to your presence, but they're making a lot of noise as they're moving around, and it appears as though they're traveling in a small little group.
Okay, guys, we have an option here. We can see if they'll pass by, or we can just kill them.
I vote for kill.
Why does that not shock me?
How many are there?
3.
Are they wearing
That's it?
anything, any kind of insignia or anything?
Did I say anything like that yet?
Roll perception on that.
Ugh. 13.
You don't really notice anything.
That was a 5.
Oh, buddy.
Starting off strong, our team is.
We're all rolling low now. This is not
I haven't rolled yet.
I haven't either.
Okay.
You're doomed.
Oh wait, yes I did. I rolled a 10.
Oh yeah, you did. You rolled the best so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't notice any insignias or anything special about them, other than the fact that they look like they're strolling through. And they don't notice you guys yet.
Okay.
They kind of hear some rustling, but not enough to cause any. They could just assume they're
Should we hide?
animals.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Let's
stealth.
act like we're
Stealth.
taking a break, and then we'll see what they do. If they
26 on
let
my
us be,
stealth
we'll
check?
let 'em go.
Okay, so Cowl is.
So you just want to stand here and see if they do something?
Yep.
What happens if all 3 of them walk up and just bing ya?
Then we will kick the shit out of them.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and kind of like stand up next to a tree like this.
And I stealth away.
I'll kind of,
Blackout did
you know,
over
get
here.
get my
running.
water skin,
So I'm just
take a
gonna-
drink,
Casually.
kinda
Prop up
casually
against
act
this
like
tree.
I'm just kind of hanging out, I'm taking a break, kind of a thing.
This should
Yeah.
be interesting.
While the 3 of them are figuring that out, like I said, I'm just sitting.
I guess I'll post up a little bit behind or like talking to Kath or something, because this should be interesting.
Okay. So they start coming their way through. They're getting closer and closer to the group, and now they're within your 25-foot radius. As they pass through, they see Keth kind of casually leaning up against the tree, and they kind of stop. These giant ogres are just they're brooding, and they're kind of like sizing themselves up against you, and they're just kind of like looking at you, looking at each other, making like grunts and noises and stuff, and then they kind of just stare at you.
I don't speak ogre, so
Joke.
I'll say to them in common, "You guys passing through?"
he's
Are
an
they
ogre.
saying things I can understand?
No.
Okay, so they're not speaking Orcish.
No.
Or common apparently.
Anybody?
Just sit there. Tell them we're on our way.
Want to attack them?
Do you understand what they're saying?
No.
I don't.
speak giant.
I do speak giant. Do ogres speak giant?
Eventually.
Ogres do speak giant.
Okay, well then I'm gonna say to the ogre, you guys passing through?
What'd you know?
We're passing through. Who are you?
Travelers? Doing the same?
Roll.
Deception?
I mean, you're not lying.
No,
though.
you're not lying.
Persuasion.
Yeah, do persuasion, please.
Okay.
You're in your charisma.
Yeah, my persuasion. So 16 plus 8.
Okay. So they kind of give you a look over, like everything seems to be in order here. They look at each other and they kind of start walking away a little bit, and one of them starts eyeballing you a little bit more as they pass through, but they seem to be no threat to you, and they keep on walking.
Okay.
Okay.
Where the hell did Kyle go?
What direction do they go? Are they heading the same way we are?
No, they're not.
Okay.
It's irrelevant to where they're heading unless you want to follow them.
Just asked if we wanted to follow them. I think that means we should follow them.
We don't have to. I don't see a point.
Oh,
All right. We can continue on then.
let's go.
Okay. So, after that encounter, you guys continue to make your way through, and safely, I might add. So it is now the evening. You're about 6 hours away from town now.
Evening, like
It's
6,
dusk.
7 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah, it's dusk now, so it'll be around midnight when you stroll in if you just
cool with
push
that.
on through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's not bad.
fair. And you push on through quite safely, and you make your way into Red Larch. I am not rolling well.
I'm okay with that.
See, I'm not, because I
You
want
wanna
to
do things, I know.
Yeah, I want to like do stuffs. Okay, so there we go. We got our map up here. As you guys walk into, thank you. As you guys walk back into Red Larch, you notice that the candles are lit, and some of the buildings have started repair from the sinkhole that happened from the last time that you guys were in town.
It's been about what? Almost a week since we've been gone.
It's been a 10
Week
days
and a
since
half,
you guys
yeah.
have been gone. Yeah. So upon entering, you don't notice anything completely new. Like there are no new structures or anything like that. But all of the buildings that have been damaged have been in repair. The sinkhole itself is no longer just a gaping hole in the center of town like it
Good.
used to be.
Put a piece of plywood over it.
Yeah.
Duct
If
tape.
you take a look at our
Just a
clever
neat
little
little-
map, I've got some plywood over our sinkhole, so you guys
Yep.
can comfortably walk across that. There, it's still, you can still see the hole through it. It's not a very sturdy thing, so I wouldn't put carts along it, but people can walk over it pretty
Oh,
safely.
okay.
Got it.
Unless you're
Kev?
Yeah, I fell too.
okay. So as you guys make your way in, you are now in the center of Red Larch, taking a look at the sinkhole that's being covered.
Let's get a drink and go to bed.
Sounds good. We can go
Talk
talk
in
to
the morning.
Yeah.
we can talk to Halbrook in the
That's
morning.
what I'm
Alright, fine with me.
Everybody roll a perception for me.
Ooh, no.
No.
13,
24?
13
6.
for me.
Okay, yours was 6. What was yours?
2.
2. Okay. So you guys are all...
No, it's not two total.
Oh, mine was
Wait,
6.
total?
Wait, perception.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
perception's
roll?
wisdom.
Okay, so a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
you and me don't see shit.
I don't perceive anything.
You guys are so tired from traveling.
I was like,
And
"Brr."
My
now that
stubby
you guys have
legs.
been- yeah.
My stubby little dwarven legs.
And now that you guys have entered a sleeping town for the most part, I can
My
see
body
why.
knows it.
Yeah. So you guys start making your way north to see the helm on the right-hand side of town, and as you guys are all leading the way, the cowl happens to walk in front of the community board, and off the
Corner of my eye.
corner of his eye, he happens to notice there's a nice little piece of paper sitting up on the community board. So you guys are making your way to the helm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be sleeping outside again.
We gotta kill Drake.
He's in
How
Toronto.
close are we to Canada?
Surprisingly not that far.
Out of all fairness, he was at the Cavs game last night.
Yes, he was.
True.
He's always at the camps.
If they're playing in Toronto, he's definitely there. Anyway.
Anyways,
Sports talk here on Critical Role. Oh wait,
Wait,
what are we?
what?
Roll initiative. Haha. Shit, I've got that on my mind. Oh well.
plug. So,
I've been watching it like all day.
so you guys are now in the center here. To your left hand side, you see the swinging sword inn, and to your right hand side, you see the helm, which is the tavern of Red Larch. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna head to the swinging sword in.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
I'm camping out back.
You're out back.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm heading to the swinging sword.
Okay. So then, as you all just kind of like stand in front of the inn, you kind of look up at the building and you notice all of the candles lit and some of the lights are on in some of the windows, and you all just kind of look back at each other with a sigh of relief that you made it to town safely and you can end the night safely. And at this point, Maeve kind of nods to the group to comfortably slink off behind the building, and the rest of you open the door and walk right in.
Night, Maeve.
Night.
Night, Maeve.
Night.
She is tired.
Yeah.
Her voice gets really gravelly at
Yeah,
night.
it does.
Sleepy.
Right. So, alright. So as Maeve makes her way around the back of the building, with that kind of a look on her face. In fact, yeah, you're making your way around the outside. You notice that out back there's the usual setup that you're accustomed to. There's a fire
tree.
pit back there, a couple of trees, and some benches, as well as the cooking utensils that the kitchen uses, because it's
They
been a
cook
week
up.
and a half since you guys have been here, and they have still yet to figure out how to clean and fix
How
the
to
kitchen.
fix the kitchen.
But there are more
burning down.
important things at stake here, so
Well, they're rich as hell, also.
Yeah, you have to.
they
throw
do make a pretty good penny.
You're
There's a
welcome.
lot of in and out in this place, giggity. So
Hey.
Maeve kind of leans up against the tree, slinks down, and gathers herself as she nods off into sweet slumber. As you three, Arena, Keth, and Cowell, enter inside the swinging sword, you notice that it seems to be quite vacant. There's nobody hanging about, but of course, the innkeep, Kalessa, is always there with a smile on her face, ready to greet whoever happens to walk in. As you all walk in, she greets everyone.
Trying to make that money.
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Oh, pleasant. It's been a lovely evening. I haven't seen you all in quite some time. What brings you back?
We're
Business with the constable.
taking care of something for him.
Harbrook.
Yes.
He's been a little on edge lately.
We're hoping to calm him down a bit.
Well, I'm sure he'll be around tomorrow morning. Can I interest you in anything?
Just a bed to sleep in.
Absolutely. My offer still stands with all the work that you've done, especially if you're working with Constable Harbrook. You might as well use the rooms upstairs.
I'll put 2 gold on the counter. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'll put a gold on as well. My room's still good?
Absolutely, darling.
Thanks, honey.
I sit down at the bar.
So Arena and Cowell start making their way upstairs and
course
find
you
their
do.
respectable rooms. And as Keth sits down in front, Kalessa kind of loses her composure a little bit as the other two walk away, and then she pans down and sees you and just kind of gives you that glance. Can I get you a pint?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Of course. And
Thank
she
you.
heads off to gather a pint for you.
Awesome.
I imagine you're going to.
Yeah, I'll
serve
stay up and drink for a while, but then I'll obviously go to bed here.
And then you'll
eventually.
retire with a little bit of a wasty face. Is there anything you would like to do in the time that you're awake before you pass?
Before I pass.
Out?
Oh god. Nah. I mean, if anybody comes in, I'll kind of see if.
Start a
kinda
karaoke
sound-
night.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, to each their own. Okay, so
If anybody
For
suspicious
waking
looking
up
comes
the
in, I'll kind
dawn.
of eye him up, but other than that, not really.
okay,
Just have some
Um,
drinks before bed.
fair enough. So then, Keth has a few drinks.
I'll give her 2 gold and then head to bed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just gave
We
her
will
like
see you in the
200
morning.
times.
Absolutely. And then
She
Jeff
can
makes
afford to get a new kitchen at this point.
You can afford to buy a new forge now. Not really.
Hey,
Was
this
that
is an
me?
important time.
That was
to,
you.
Important time to remember to mute your phones and computers and
No,
whatnot.
dude. This
Oh, that was our video player restarting the thing.
Oh, okay.
So, in case anybody wanted to know what that was.
You'll
Alright,
hear
so
it later.
it is now early morning the following day. You've all awoken, rested, and ready to go. Full health, full spell slots. Everything is ready for you. You all make your way downstairs, and you are greeted by Kalessa yet again. This time she seems to be much more chipper than she was upon your arrival that
Well,
evening.
it was midnight. It was late. I totally understand.
Kath was totally that customer who comes in like right before she closes. She's like,
Aren't I always that customer?
hey, you are that customer.
Yeah, I know you're about ready to close, but can I have about 10 beers and a bunch of chicken wings?
I'm not that customer. But I always come in
Close.
close to close.
Either
Of
way.
course.
Either way.
My bad. Half the
So,
time it's with Josh.
Kalissa greets everyone, and I imagine you're all pretty hungry, aren't you?
Oh,
Yes,
yes we
please.
are.
Well, it just so happens that I already happen to be making something. May I interest you all in a little bit of breakfast?
Of course.
Absolutely.
And then she kind of looks back at you and kind of gives you that sunken face look again. And a mead for you as well.
You are the best.
Of course. She makes her way around, starts gathering her belongings. Apparently there's nothing to discuss, so she makes her way back with a handful of food and places it in front of you to begin your day. I can see Keth is already well into his meal.
Alright, at this point, I throw open the door and I come on in
Okay?
and saunter up to the table.
There's nothing you need to do this morning?
No, I gotta go to him first.
You don't have to make another potion this morning?
Oh, yeah. What? Only a 5, so I do have another one.
Okay, so no, you're up to 7 now.
Oh,
yeah, remember
days.
it went down?
Yeah, you went down a little bit
Oh,
because
that's right,
you made
kinda
an
cheat
HQ.
towards it. That's right.
Yep, so now
That's
you're
fine.
at 7 of 10.
Cool. And then I'll have to find him and I'll do
Hey,
that.
can you make me some silver arrows this morning?
I can do that whenever, yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I'll just hop out the window. You awake?
What? Who?
Toss down some arrows. Silver them up, please.
You've
And
thrown them
thank
up-
you.
Thrown them out the window one at a time, so Maeve looks up and sees just a shower of arrows coming at her. She's like, oh,
Ah,
And these-
no.
it says hi,
That is
Maeve.
not how Maeve was at all.
And it says "Hi, Maeve" on the ground.
It's
Nice.
like lawn darts.
Yes.
Throwing them out the window.
Exactly.
No, I'd probably just toss them out in the quiver.
I refilled my quiver to maximum from my reserve.
Did we silver my longsword?
We did last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Still in the your scabbard. So I'll take an hour. This is why I showed up late. And do an hour and I'll make
Good.
20 arrows for the cowl.
20 silver arrows specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just need some
Yeah.
silver. in the
boy,
middle.
those came
All
in
good.
handy.
So
Okay.
do that and then that's when I kick in the door and I'm like saunter up to the table.
Here's your
I
food.
just reach down immediately to Keth's sword and I'm just like, I'm gonna get it over
Whoa.
with.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'll do the same thing just for brevity's sake.
Very good.
Morning.
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 Thank you for the arrows.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Thanks for the blessing.
Did you sleep well?
I did.
Good. First good sleep in a long time.
As I think the priest over at the monastery.
That is good.
Good.
Very good.
So are we off to see Hobrock this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
probably-
he doesn't show up here first, guys. No, he always does that.
I
I-
doubt he knows we're back though. We've been gone for a while.
I don't know.
Alright.
This is a small town. Word probably travels fast.
That's fair.
That's
We did
cool.
get in pretty late though.
And also, there's a drink in the valley we can kill.
Where'd you
sounds
get
like
that?
Fun.
From the community board. We were coming
Oh.
in last night.
Huh.
Completely passed it by. Didn't even notice.
Well, there's at least something we can do if Harbor because nothing for him.
Well, as soon as you finish your meal, we'll go check it out.
Yep. We'll finish eating.
Okay. Kalissa comes back and gathers up all of you. So, how was everything?
Oh, great.
That was
Fantastic.
wonderful.
As usual.
Excellent. Very good. I'm glad I can always be accommodating to you. Where are you off to?
See the constable.
Constable. I imagine he's there. I don't see why he wouldn't be on this fine morning.
Well, then we will probably see you tonight.
Oh, that sounds so sweet.
Shipping
it.
it. No wonder he stays up so late drinking.
No wonder she keeps giving you that look. It's either that or you're...
That you're paying for my child's college look.
Speaking of children, how's Brad?
Oh, the little boy that you brought in a week ago.
Yeah.
He seems to be doing just fine. He is out playing around with the other children and
Good.
helping out the merchant down south.
Good.
Seems to be doing quite well.
Excellent.
In fact, if you'd like, you might as well go see him if you're heading that way.
You probably will.
Sure, why not?
Wonderful.
Hey,
Did we kill his father? I totally forget.
We don't know.
we never knew if it was.
No.
You kept
Follow
asking
us.
and no one answered. You
We
kept
have-
screaming,
It's
"Who
like,
is
yeah,
Brad's
we gave you a
father?"
better life. Good for you.
We
Sorry,
have
we
no
murdered your
idea.
dad.
Not yet. Anyways.
Well, I got that card ready just in case. Hey, you have a better life. Sorry, we killed your dad.
Hallmark makes those?
Yeah, it plays a song when you open it.
Yep.
It's the special collection.
That's for good reason. It's on
The
the
Black
special
Cow
collection.
collection.
Oh.
Do you have to tell many kids you've killed their parents?
I played the fifth.
Fair enough.
Right.
All right, so whenever we're done eating, I'll pack it up and start heading down.
At least enough to be like, I should really make a card for this.
and I'll head down.
Enough.
I'll head down to the butcher, the baker, and the Hallbrook station.
Yeah.
That almost rhymed.
It almost did. I was kind of following it. I liked it.
Okay.
All right, so you guys gather up your things and you head on out the front door. And Gillespie waves goodbye to everybody. Be safe on your journey,
Bye.
Our journey to the...
Yeah.
wherever it is you may be going.
She might be thinking we're leaving for like another week.
You never know.
We have been coming and going quite
Yeah.
often.
I think she just misses Cat.
That must be it.
Hey, seconded.
In fact, set of curiosity.
You rolling for her? She's attracted to Kath.
I'm gonna roll perception.
Go ahead.
You insight.
Unless he can perceive something that I'm not.
23.
So he knows better off than I do.
Can I roll persuasion? Help my score.
I'm reading her body language.
Right? She's gonna get like that.
And see, the thing with her hand is she's not doing like this. She's doing it like this. That way she can show off more of her face that way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also because she's old, she needs to hear. She's not that old. I'm kidding.
Well,
It's never stopped
this is
Cat
like a
before.
medieval time, so you know, when you're 30, you're over there.
Good point. Oh my god, I'm
You're-
so old.
You're about a foot already in the grave. The Black Death doesn't get you.
Shit.
You guys
Okay.
are all old.
So you guys start making your way
Let's
south.
murder the young.
You make it over the sinkhole and you kind of look around and you see that the town is being as lively as it possibly can be. You can see over off on the right hand side as you're making your way south that there's a couple of men on a ladder and you can see them repairing the building that happened to be affected by the sinkhole directly. And you guys make your way a little bit further south and you head on up to Constable Harbrook's place.
Yeah,
of
I'm perfect.
residence.
I'm right
Is that
on
right?
it.
Yeah.
Are you? You
Yeah.
are. You're legit
Perfect.
right on it.
I stormed ahead of everyone. I was like, I'm gonna wake this bitch up.
So, all right, you pound on the
No, I
front door.
don't. I'm just,
Is she's mad in the morning, mad in the evening. When is she not mad?
She's just mad.
when
Just
I'm
mad.
sleeping.
No.
She's always mad.
We've seen
Yeah.
you sleep. You're...
Yeah, and with all the nightmares you've been having, I can imagine that slumber is not your most favorite time.
It has been lately. It's fine.
Yes.
I haven't been trying to.
Past 2 nights.
No one's tried to
Yeah,
kill me in my
2 nights,
sleep yet.
She's had good sleep.
But
She's always mad.
I'm with everyone. I get to the door. And I'll
Mad.
goom goom, walk in.
And you notice the chicken lady's
Well, it's,
there.
it's the
and-
police station. It's not gonna be locked.
well, it's also the butcher. You're walking through the butcher to get to the Harbrook spot, remember?
Fine, let's go talk to Jalessa.
So you open the door, and inside you see our chicken lady, and
Jalessa.
Jalessa, thank you. You just said it, too.
I know.
She's just standing there and she's doing what she needs to do to get prepared for the day, cutting meat, setting up her shop, and she looks up and sees you all walk in as the silhouette and the door frame starts to narrow. And she greets you all with a pleasant morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Can I interest anyone in any fresh cut meat?
We're here on business, unfortunately.
I'll be back for
What
that.
kind of
For
business?
those ribs later, though.
Got you.
Where's Harbrook?
We need to speak to him.
Hardrock is in the back.
Alright, well, that's where we need to be.
Oh, well, very good. I'm sure that you'll find him.
All right, thank
She-
you.
I take off since we've already been here like 4 times. I know
I'm just
the way to his
gonna
office.
follow
Okay.
Maeve.
So she puts her head back down and she continues on doing what it is she's doing to prepare for the day as you make your way past the counter and start making your way through the other housings. And as you enter Harbrook's quarters, you can see that he's relaxed, laying on a nice, comfortable chair with some mats and stuff, and he's got a hat covering his eyes, and his arms are crossed, his legs are up on the table,
Like an
and
old
he looks
Western movie?
pretty much, yeah, he's
Cool.
very comfortable. And around him are the beds that harbor all of his men in the
Deputies.
back room. You can kind of see through the door that they're all just kind of laying about too. Arms are laying off of the bed, legs, and
Oh, it's
There's a
mandatory.
giant sinkhole in their town. They send us to kill a whole bunch of people, but they're just relaxing.
It's
That's nice.
mandatory nap time. I'll
They're
reach over
using
and
ice.
pick off his hat.
I would hope it's the night shift.
okay. Roll sleight of hand on that.
12.
Okay, so
Smack.
as he's laying there, the cowl approaches and kind of shakes his head. Little SMH kind of reaches over and grabs the hat and tries to lift it up. And before even revealing the eyes, Harbrook grabs the hand of the cowl. Cowl kind of retreats a little bit. Hand comes back, kind of wakes up and does a nice little stretch. He goes, "Oh, I heard that loud mouth coming a mile away. We're gonna
She
do
has
you
a
for
name.
it.
It's Maeve.
We're gonna do
He
you
was talking
for it."
about me.
Who was he talking about?
Yeah. Okay, who are you talking about?
He
I
wasn't
mean, if
talking
you
about me.
really want to know, he was just speaking in general.
Oh,
Oh.
What can I help you with?
or because he didn't hear anybody.
Well, Constable, we got some updated information for you about your water cult.
Oh, do tell. I'd love to hear all about this.
Spill the beans, show all the documents that I have.
Especially the one about the
Spy.
Spy
in Red
in
Larch.
town.
Okay. He's just kind of like overwhelmed by the amount of information that he starts
Here
to
is a
hear.
map of the keep.
He looks at the map and he just kind of sighs dejectfully and tosses it back. He has no interest in the map, but he does have an interest in some of the papers that he sees that you handed with the insignia and the writing on it. He starts pandering through those and starts to get a little questionable about it and goes, these are quite interesting. Where did you find these exactly?
And I'll pull out the map again, and I will point. We got it from this table.
It was by their leader's room.
It was almost the steward of the castle, the keep, I guess. Really.
Very interesting. I don't recognize this handwriting, to be honest.
What about the insignia?
I've never seen that before. This is new to me. And I'd like to keep one of these if that's possible.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. But if you'd like to ask around too, somebody might have seen this handwriting. I don't recognize it. Hell, I don't even recognize my own half the time.
Alright.
Well, I found out some information myself.
Go on.
When I sent you guys out looking into that cult for me, I was kind of looking into what was going on here. Well, we found out who was involved in that little cult thing, and that's kind of been subsided for the moment. At least it's been contained for the moment.
How many people were involved?
Only a few. You might have recognized one of them. He was the big half ogre, half orc who kind of not you. He was the one who was kind of hanging out at that cul-de-sac where all the merchants come in every week. He was kind of guarding that. He's a little slow. Actually, you might know him. Yeah, he was kind of involved in that
What's
one.
his name?
I don't remember his name. I don't think we actually
It was
asked
something stupid. It was something. It was
Something
something.
simple?
Yeah, something he came up with like right off the tongue.
Grund.
M?
His name was Grund.
G.
I didn't write that one down. I
Grund?
didn't-
Grund?
No, it wasn't Grund.
I wrote it down.
What did
Either
he
way.
tell you?
I'd rather not get into the specifics about it, but you can trust me knowing that it's alright. He was a simp.
Persuasion.
You mean insight?
Fuck. No,
right.
persuasion, because I was
I'm
going to
gonna-
try and get him to tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
try
I
to
got a
persuade him
7,
to tell
so-
us. we went to
Well,
a
this
lot
should
of
be good.
trouble to get this information for you, and you want to keep one of these papers as a reference so that you can try to figure it out. We're being more than forthcoming. I think that you should be doing the same. Damn it. 10? No, 11. 11.
I tried to start talking, and then she just jumped the gun on me.
A little aggressive there, darling. You don't even let me finish talking before you start assuming things.
You
Well,
did
then
just
look, yeah.
say you were going to keep that to yourself.
And what do you have to tell us?
So, what I did find out is that there's a monastery hiding out in that valley over there. It seems to be a front for these cultists.
Son of a bitch.
So wait, the monastery is the place for the cultists that were here before? The
Yeah.
stone
The
ones or
Earth
whatever?
cult?
Yeah, those guys, that Earth cult, whatever it was, you know, those guys walking
hooded
around
ones
in
with
the
all the
black
numbers.
hoods.
With the
Yeah,
numbers
the
on the
guys that
arms.
were dealing down below.
Aye.
Turns out that monastery out in the valley there seems to be a front.
Intelligence check to see if I remember seeing any of the insignias or guys in black hoods over there.
Okay.
12.
Nothing really comes to mind about that.
That's the only-
Besides, you guys were only there for a short period of
Sure.
time, so you don't
We only
really
stayed
recall.
at night.
Correct.
I want insight check Holbrook again.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Everything seems to be pretty legit. Wow, that's kind of good.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Why do you want him to be lying?
Yeah.
Because they were nice and they helped him.
They did.
Ah,
That's
They hit
true.
all-
That's true.
That's
Good point.
true.
I'm gonna feel stupid if I stone fuckers were over there.
So, they've been sending people here to recruit? Is that what's been happening?
I don't know
You just
that
found
much.
out that it was a front.
Like I said, that Grun guy, that big half orc
Yeah.
down there, he's a bit too simple. I didn't get a whole lot of information out of him.
I wonder if Maloth knew about it. He seemed more than happy to help us, even after he
Yeah.
heard all about it.
Yeah, he wasn't quite right in the head, though.
That's true.
The subtle meta digs.
He wasn't all right there. He might have had some kind of brain damage. I don't know.
He was handsome, though.
God damn, he was handsome.
Alright.
Okay, you two.
I mean, for a monk, I mean, it's no dash.
I mean, he did help us, but if,
It's no
if
dash.
he's working with
ranger
them,
or anything
He
like
also
that.
left.
I know.
Are you gonna be alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm great.
Well,
I'm
if he's
good.
part of it, we'll deal with that when we get there.
So what's next?
Go back and
Do you need
investigate
anything
that
else from
monastery.
us other than to investigate this monastery?
I mean, if
You-
you'd like to
he didn't ask
investigate
us
it,
to. He
that's
just told us
totally
where they
fine
came
with
from.
me. All I know is what I know.
Also, did you know who posted this?
He kind of leans back a little bit and looks at the paper that the cowl is displaying. If I had to make a guess, I'd say it was that merchant that had something to do with that. I don't know. If something goes up on that community board, it's usually somebody in the community posting it. It's not usually me. I try and keep those affairs, you know,
With us.
within the group.
That's fine.
But that'd be my guess, anyways. I mean, he's
Alright.
right across the way. You might as well ask him if you wanted to. But
Is
Yeah,
the merchant the same one the kid was hanging around?
yeah. The
Okay.
merchant is the one who hires all the children to
So that's where
scrounge and
Brad was helping out?
Yeah, Brad's
Okay.
helping out the merchant.
Yeah.
Killed 2 birds there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
But,
well.
yeah, I got nothing else for you guys. I appreciate all the information you got about that cult. I'll go ahead and take a look, see what I can do. But that's all I got
Is
for you.
there, payment for this? Or did we just like do it out of the kindness of our
No,
heart?
payment was we don't go in jail.
That's right.
Payment was you don't go to jail.
He was actually yeah. It was when you guys left the swinging sword. You were met by him and a bunch of guards, and then it was the cowl who was being polite about it. You guys marched on down, and that's when the discussion of leaving town went.
Okay.
Either way, then. That's fine.
Yeah, we negotiated us being able to function in this town as vigilantes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you guys are like
That's
the
why we have
hooded
that house.
vigilantes. You guys should come up with a name for yourselves.
It's not time
Keep us posted as
Negative.
to, yeah, that's not happening.
his
Keep us
amazing friends.
posted
Still not happening.
on anything you find on the cults, and we'll do the same.
Oh, yeah, no problem. As long as you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I'm okay with that.
Well, maybe not yours. You've got a big back. He looks over at Orena and gives her a nice little wink. By the way, my back is mine. Go on.
Maeve
We'll
rolls
leave
her
at
eyes
that-
so hard.
We'll
She's
leave at that
Not
point."
again.
Cutscene.
Alright, let's head over to the merchant then.
More form.
Okay, so you guys make your way on out as you leave the room. Constable just kind of gets back into his position. Legs go back up.
Back to being a lazy
Back
boy.
to being a lazy bitch. He kind of puts his hat back down and kind of lifts one eye as everybody's making their way out through the front door and kind of goes back to his business. And as you make your way out into the middle of the street, you guys are headed
Towards the merchant.
To the
towards the
merchant.
merchant. Okay, and the merchant is right across the way. He's just a little bit south. And as you make your way in front of the building where he hangs out, you see all the kids playing around, laughing and running about, and doing little kid stuff, whatever that may be.
What was that?
Little kid
That's
stuff.
what little kid stuff do.
Was?
That what little kid stuff do?
I don't know what kids do nowadays.
He was speaking like a kid.
We
He's
would
trying to
like
get in
throw
our mindset.
rocks at each other, so that's probably what they're doing.
That's probably what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a fun game. Let's not get a concussion. Boom!
Alright.
So, you guys are at the merchant. You imagine you guys want to walk inside.
Yeah.
Inside, you see our shy little man, but his back is to you as he's like rummaging through something. And as the door comes swinging open with.
I'll open the door. Screw it.
Maeve seems to be the door opener.
You're attacked.
Right? Roll initiative.
No.
So, back is turned as he's scrummaging through some things, and as the door swings open, Maeve comes stomping in, and he's startled a little bit. And he turns around, and he doesn't really see anything except the wide open door, and then he kind of looks over the counter and looks down and sees Maeve staring right back up. Oh, dear me, he startled me. What can I do for you?
I'll stroll in.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 seconds.
And then Orena.
Endrith.
Yes. And then Orena and Keth come walking in afterwards.
You're awful
I'll
jumpy this
come in
morning.
as well.
As does the cow. I don't know if you want to hang outside or if you have.
No, I
any-
need to
He's
pick
got
up.
the wanted poster.
I got the wand poster. I got some quivers to pick up. It's good times.
Okay. Oh goodness gracious! You're all here again. I haven't seen you in so long. What can I do you for?
But I told you you might have information on. Oh crap! What was it? Yeah, the Drake.
And Cal outreaches the poster and almost sticks it like directly in front of the
I
merchant's
mean,
face.
I give them like enough like space, so it's not like not
A good
right
few
in
inches.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like
Yeah,
you
like-
know, the camera's a profile of each, kind of zoomed in. Let's black bar that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, get that out of my face! Oh, God. Mercy.
Hospital
Yes.
said you know something about this.
Oh, yes, I put that up. I did.
Oh.
Give me the details.
Well, you see, over the last few days or so, I've been missing a lot of my,
Don't say kids.
Huh?
Don't say children.
a lot of my supply runs have come up short over the last few days, and I'm guessing it's because the man who delivers all of my wares from the next town over is, I don't know, something happens, he disappears. But I'll tell you what, one of his men ended up making his way to town to warn me that there's something going on out there in that valley. He told me it was a drake that would what do you call it? It would intervene with the traveling. I know. He kind of looks down and kind of rummages through a few things, and then he just kind of pops up and looks at you. And says, I'll tell you what. If you can stop these drakes and ensure that my next shipment arrives on time, I can make it worth your while.
How much?
What are you talking about?
I'm thinking like special goods for each of you.
Kind of.
Trust
good.
me, if you can do this for me, I'll reward you handsomely.
That sounds good to me.
I like the sound of
How
this.
far away, how far away do you know that these are happening?
Well, the next town over is quite a few days' travel. The fastest way to get there is to take this main road all the way north to the next town and then head right. Oh my god, I gotta stop that. Talk about losing immersement. If you head north...
Fourth wall's broken.
Right. If you head north along the path, you can make it there in about 4 days.
Okay.
So anywhere along that path, I'm sure you would find the issues.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
Go take a look at this direct, see if we can find it.
Yeah.
And then he kind of looks back over at Maeve and like, oh, you know what? One moment. Walks away and
He's
kinda
got
leaves
one
you.
of my metal, I assume.
I would think so too.
He does. In fact, he comes back holding a handful of stuff and says, I believe this here is for you. And just kind of like plops it down on the table in front of you. It's just a bunch of scrap metal and what have you.
Okay. Scoop it up. I'll step outside.
At what point can she make me plate mail?
I'd have to
As
do it.
in
I'd have to
Maeve?
I'd have to do it in like fragments, and then you'd have to like put it together. And it can't, because I can't do it in anything more than 100 gold increments. So how much? What is it? 1,500 usually.
Yeah.
So
No,
it would take
that
me.
will
It would
never
take me
happen.
15 times to try and put it together.
I'll have to come up with a special rule to make that work, but realistically speaking, that would never happen.
It's worth a shot.
Let's try.
All I'm
You
gonna
can try
do.
buying it for 1,500.
I know.
All I'm gonna do is sit down
I
and
could
just.
make it for you, but it would cost you a pretty penny.
I hear ya.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just
Pick
gonna
up
melt
some
down my
quivers
metal.
while I'm here.
I absolutely.
You need more?
Yeah.
He kind of points along the wall. Help yourself.
Well, I gave one to her, to Maeve, so that way I can have one of just all silver arrows.
Yeah. Well, you get those back.
I get half of them back.
Oh, really?
Plus,
Unless
depending
he's
on what
lucky.
he's puncturing too, like
Yeah.
it's gonna wear off the silver, same as using it on your sword.
And also, I did blow some up, but
Along with our treasure, we're going back for that. I want Octopussy to go down there and get it.
Wow. Can I interest anyone else in anything? As he kind of leans against the table.
here's 2 gold. I'll take my arrow refresh. Arrows restock.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And everyone laughs. My job here's done. Now.
Are we in a James Bond movie?
All right.
And I'm ready to head out.
Thank you.
Before we take off, I'd be like, what's his name? Constable Halbrecht says the wee one Brad. He's been helping out.
Oh, Brad, yes, absolutely. He's out there running around with the other children as we speak, I'm sure.
He seems to be doing all right. No troubles at home.
No.
I need to give him a. Do I need to give him a lesson on not throwing rocks at other kids?
Hey, what? Boys will be boys.
I was kind of trying to ask if his dad was alive or dead.
We might not find out ever.
You didn't say. I was trying to do it subtly without being like, "Hey, did we kill his dad?"
That's fair. All right, we'll head out.
All right. Well, that's all I was just gonna ask on him. So, deuces.
Alright, so as everybody makes their way outside back into the main road of town, they all just kind of stand in a little circle and
I
look
forgot
at
to
each
stop
other.
by the butcher. I was going to pick up some ribs.
It's across the road.
Yeah, I'll be right
it's
back,
not
guys.
like we're
Okay, so Kyle goes off on his own to head back to the butcher.
Yep.
everybody ready
And,
to head out.
Which direction did you say the Drake was?
North.
Just straight north.
Straight north.
All right. So if we're looking at the, I don't forget who has the map. Either way, so we're looking
What
at
map are you
the,
looking for?
the regional one. You don't have to pull it up, but like it's northeast was the monastery versus the keep. So the keep was a ways out.
Yeah, you can look at it right there too.
No, it's true. Sorry. Well, this one's upset now.
Zoom,
All right.
zoom in a little bit, if you would.
Or do that. That's totally cool.
That was the opposite of zoom.
Just wherever the. Are we heading? I'm just curious if we're heading the same way as the monastery.
No, it is not in the same way as the monastery. It's completely separate.
Okay.
The monastery has to go back to the
Monastery's
Dasarian Valley,
Yeah.
which is around where the castle was.
The keep.
Yeah, where the keep is.
Yeah.
The drakes that
Or
the
here's
merchant
the
is
monastery.
asking you about is all the way on that red larch, that
Okay.
red road that
Then-
goes completely north, which completely is in an
That's
opposite
fine.
direction.
Let's go.
So
Let's
it's
go
almost
begin
like-
our trek to the Drakes.
You guys want to go to the Drakes?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll head that way.
Take
yeah,
care of
I'll
that
talk
one
to
first.
the butcher. I'll pick up some ribs and
On our way
stack
back
up
down,
some
we can
ration
go to the
stuff.
monastery.
Right. So with the amount of ribs that you're going to grab, you're going to get 6 days worth of rations out of those ribs. Whether or not you want to keep them for yourself or just move them around. Well, I mean, they're like huge
Yeah.
stacks of ribs.
And like,
so-
and I was like, those are some big ribs.
Okay, they are.
All right.
All right, how much do I owe?
Just a few gold would do.
Here's 2 gold.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
That's the definition of you.
Sure is.
Minus one.
I always assumed a few was 3, because a couple would be 2.
No, 3's
Correct.
company too.
So,
No.
A couple is 7.
Either way,
so
heading north.
that's what everybody wants to do is go see the Drakes.
Yep.
All right.
Can we keep one?
I wouldn't suggest it.
Cal's the animal handler.
It's true.
Hey, I'm trained in that too. What's yours?
We also
Well, it's 4, but I can also speak to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk to him. But either way, yeah, let's head north.
All right. So you guys start making your way. It's late morning we're looking at, so like it would be before noon, you know, like 11 o'clock or so. You exit the town of Red
Stubby little
Larch.
legs on the move.
Exit the town of Red Larch, and now you're back out into the wilderness. The bright green grass along a long dirt road, and you can kind of see a couple of people pass you in a carriage with a horse as they're moving stuff. They kind of like
Buggies.
look, little buggies. They kind of look at you and give you a nice little tip of the hat as they see you walk across paths. And,
Wouldn't it be nice to have a horse right now?
wouldn't it?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We walked 4 days last time. It's 4 days this time.
Maybe I'm
Less
tired.
resting.
Or maybe we could ride Drakes on
Once
the
we
way
get
back.
Anyway,
Okay. Anyways,
Can I have a camel?
I'm gonna keep heading north with these fools that are arguing about Drake writing.
It's not really an argument when he's just yelling at us about drakes.
I wasn't yelling.
He's like, I want a Drake!
If I'm yelling,
Guys, there are
you'll know
gonna be
it.
drakes there.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Guys, drakes.
Oh, God, Jesus. Alright.
all right. So you make it through the first set of
Leg of the
day.
journey?
Yeah. So it's
First set of
now
day.
yeah. First day is now behind you. It is now dusk. You make it through comfortably, and you're kind of in the same arrangement that you were in. You're walking along a nice dirt road, and around you is just grass, a couple of brushes, and a few scattered trees, and off into the horizon is just a couple
We'll camp
of
just off the road.
hills.
Probably.
It's-
Unless we make it to the trees. I mean, it's only...
You guys want to try
Wait,
and
you
make
say
it into the trees?
Is it evening?
It's dusk now, yeah.
How far to the trees?
Off of the trail, you're looking at about 60 feet.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Alright, yeah.
nice.
We'll
That's
just inside the tree line, we'll plop down.
Just inside the tree line? Okay, that's fair. So you guys make your way on in and start to set up a camp. You want to build a fire?
yeah, same
Okay,
thing.
set up whatever you guys got to do.
Yep.
Alright.
Put some ribs over that fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go barbecue.
No barbecue.
Well,
I don't know how
barbecue.
occasional or something.
Here we
Let me tell you, man, there's gonna be some good old ribs. They're gonna roll out the bone.
The
Okay, wait,
Cajun,
wait,
the
wait.
Cajun elf ranger.
How about Rangel
The
Molly?
best thing ever.
Yes, I get it.
Something other than that. But,
Oh no, we don't care with that. I'm afraid.
Just knows.
okay.
Somebody just has to translate for him the whole time. But like all the NPCs.
No
We're
one
like,
knows
do you
what
know
he's
what he's saying?
talking
Because we haven't understood him for weeks.
He wants a coffee.
Is that what he wants?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. So,
I didn't know you spoke by you.
Well, yeah.
I speak Cajun. No, I don't. Not yet, anyways.
He's the farmer from Waterboy.
Yes.
All right now.
Gatorade. So as you guys you've finished setting up camp and you're comfortable now for the evening, but before you guys get too comfortable, Cal senses are tingling. I almost said Spidey sense, but you know Spidey.
No, I am not.
Either way.
The cowl senses start to tingle as the cowl notices yet again there's another loud, thunderous, earth-moving, loud noises coming from north. So many adjectives being thrown in here.
Okay.
So they start making their way a little bit south. You don't see anything, but you can definitely hear as the footsteps, almost like a Tyrannosaurus. You know, you see the little droplets in the glass.
The puddle.
Yeah, in the puddles.
And the place where all the grease from the ribs right there, just
It smells so good.
right.
It starts making your way
It's
a
all
little
about the
bit.
herbs, man.
Oh,
Right. They start making their way a little bit closer to you, and the cowl starts to see the heads pop up over the horizon, and they look exactly the same as the ones that were passing prior.
It's those ogres again.
You smell the ribs. I mean, that's clearly what it is.
Okay.
Do we see them now?
No.
I'll let you
Cowl.
guys know that the ogres are back.
Okay. And
Stealth check.
okay.
Crit.
Okay, so as Cowl starts to sense and see the heads pop up over the horizon, the eyes just go wide, and all you see is the whites of his eyes, and then all of a sudden he starts slinking into the trees slowly.
And you'll notice some ribs have disappeared too.
Right, and as that happens, the
my
three
ribs
of you are perceptive enough to kind of wonder, well, something's not right around
I would
here.
have said the ogres are back.
As you're saying that, yeah, you're getting the impression that this is not good. And over the horizon, they start getting closer and closer, and this time you can see now that they're within range. There's 4 of them as they're marching along.
I will pull my sword.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try and hide, are we?
There's nowhere to hide.
I'm gonna attempt to stealth up.
Some of us already have.
Yeah. Cowl's hiding in the trees.
That's better. 24.
Okay. And then right behind the cowl, Arena starts slinking into the trees as well. Actually, do you guys want to roll an acrobatics for me, please?
Sure.
The 2 of you. Should be your
13.
dex.
20.
Alright, 13 and 20. That's good enough. So the cowl starts climbing up a tree and sits propped up on a branch up and away as Arena just kind of...
I'll
pulls
lower
on
my
these-
hand and help Lorraine out.
Oh, thanks.
There we go. There we go. So now we've got 2 little lovebirds in a
Cool,
tree
BC,
here.
Play cool.
Perception check to see if I hear that. No, I don't.
Nope.
I just plop down next to Kath with my warhammers in the dirt, my shield out, just kind of like.
Where are the other 2?
No, I knew you guys wouldn't be there.
Left me again.
But these ribs are so good.
Okay. So the ogres start making their way closer and closer to your little camp. Where are you, Kath? Are you just chilling right there?
Yep.
You
Eating
get
some ribs.
0 fucks eating ribs?
Yeah.
He's got a sword out, one hand.
Alright. So the ogres approach the camp and they all stop and they're leering
Shit, my
over
translator
you.
just left.
Huh?
Translate.
My translator just
Translated
left.
in
Yep.
the tree.
Yep. So they're now leering over the top of you as they're standing in your encampment. As they're looking down at the fire, they're looking down at the ribs. They're looking at you casually eating the ribs, looking back up at them, and they've got this evil look on their face. And they're just kind of like, as if a dog was trying to beg for food. They're now like,
There's not that many ribs left.
well, there's also 4 giants.
I was
So.
gonna say it's not gonna fill them up.
Nope.
Yeah, and I took the rest with me, so.
Oh, you took all of them?
Well, no, because there's enough for 6 days, so like I only put out 1 day's worth of
okay.
rations in there, so the 5 days of rations are in my bag.
I got
Fair.
you. Fair enough.
We're not gonna spoil
What do you want to do?
eat all those ribs at once.
I'm gonna stand.
Okay, so you're gonna keep eating the food too. Okay, so you kind of like get up as you're still casually eating, and you still like look up at them as they're looking down, and the one that's kind of like leading the pack, as you see, reaches its huge hand out and kind of like palms in front of you, and just kind of like.
He wants your rib. Or your turkey leg, or whatever it is you're eating.
As you're doing that, the 2 that are like directly behind him start bumping into each other and bumping into the 3rd guy, and they all start to get a little aggravated. The 4th one in the back that's created a diamond. You can put one of them behind, and then 2 on the sides.
Yeah.
Yep, just like that. The one in the back starts to bump up to the others in front and trying to bust his way through to see what's going on, and they're all just kind of now like roaring at you almost.
I just keep looking at Kath like,
Alright.
are you trying
What
to
are
piss
they
him off?
saying?
Roll initiative.
I mean, if I don't have any fucking ribs for him. What do you want me to do?
Oh, it's fine.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Well, who cares? You need to know what your initiative is.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled an 18.
24.
24.
28.
Son. Josh.
20 even.
21.
All y'all are gonna get to go before I get to go. Yep. Okay.
Why am I A?
Erica. 2 E's. Erica.
Right.
Add an A to make
I
it your
can
name.
be O.
Okay. So,
Nope. I go by real.
Cowl, you're up
Can't do
first.
last names either.
I'll use my hunter's mark, put it on the one that's right in front of Kath.
Our big guy there.
Yep. And I'm guessing I have advantage on this roll.
Yeah, of course you do. You're up in the air, as does Erica.
You're flying.
We'll take that 18, so 27 to attack.
Yes, that hits.
Alright, so that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to make my second attack. Do I still have advantage?
Yeah, you still have advantage.
I'll take the
until they
minus
know
5.
until they know you're up there, you have advantage.
We'll go with the 17. So that's 16 to attack.
Yes, that hits.
10, 20, 24 on that one.
Yeah, to the 10.
He took his
Oh, the
minus-
10.
yeah,
Yeah.
I took the minus 5.
Holy balls.
I should have done that with the first one. My bad.
Should've.
Well,
Didn't think about it, but that's okay.
still.
So
Hang on, I gotta bust the calculator out for that one. What was that one? 20? How much?
20 for that one. Yeah.
20 damage on that one?
Yeah.
For this guy?
Sorry, 24 damage.
That's what I thought.
And then I forgot what I rolled.
Yeah,
the first one.
first one.
Oh, first one was 10 even. So
Yeah.
I've done 34 total.
Got it. Okay, very good. Wow. All right. So as they're all kind of leering over Keth, as Keth is like cockily now eating the food in front of
pissing
him,
him off, just
just
being like,
pissing him off, right?
Goddamn right I
I
am.
mean, 2 arrows come flying out of the trees as they hit each shoulder of the main ogre who's sitting right in front, and just kind of like brashes him back, and it almost knocks him into the other 2 behind him as he lets out a roar. Roar! He doesn't know where they came from because they came through the trees. Go ahead and roll a stealth for me again, just to see how stealthily you are in there.
19.
Okay, yeah, so they have no idea where in the trees that came from. Up next is Arena.
Okay,
Also
so
in the
I
trees.
have advantage, so I'll be
Yes.
doing my sneak attack. And I'll take the 14 plus 4.
14 hits.
Yeah, alright.
That'd be an 18.
18.
14 hits.
So this is my
Thanks for
regular,
telling us
and
that.
these are my sneak attack. So 13, 14, 15, 19 damage.
The one that Eric was hitting with the hunter's mark?
Uh-huh.
Of course. Alright, so the 2 arrows that come flying out of the trees that came from the black cowl that knock him into the other 2, a 3rd arrow comes whizzing through just immediately afterwards, and as he's screaming, the arrow goes right into the mouth and into the back of the skull and silences him immediately as he starts to tumble backwards. The 2 behind him start to separate and almost kind of catch him, but they're just a little shook as he falls to the ground flat. Now the other 3 that are standing there.
I
now
just rolled to re-stealth myself like Eric did, and I rolled a 15 plus 8, 9.
So she
24.
She disappeared.
So I'm 24. I'm still invisible in the tree.
Okay.
Also, is it nighttime?
Yes, it's nighttime.
I'm considered invisible to them.
Regardless,
Oh, same here.
both of you. Oh.
No, me because
Mine's
I'm a
the
gloom
shadow.
stalker.
Mine's the
Oh,
Shadowbringer.
nice. And then what was yours exactly?
My Shadowbringer.
Something about no light.
No, anything. I have advantage on stealth checks
Right.
in the night and in the shadows.
All right, so you just have advantage on stuff.
Well, no,
that's
and
all.
it says giving you the upper hand in darkness, you leave no footprints and are considered a tingle on their senses.
Yeah, but
so
you're
they
not
can't
walking.
s-
You're up in the tree, so that doesn't equate
That
to
doesn't matter
this.
for now.
Tingle
So
on
as
their
of right
senses
now,
cannot
the
be
o-
seen.
As of right now, the only thing that pertains to that is advantage on stealth. But Kyle is actually invisible up there. Right. So just take one of the other numbers out.
I'll just take it.
Okay. So the other 3 ogres that are now trying to stumble and catch this one as it starts falling start looking around, and they have no idea where those arrows came from, but they look down at Kath and they kind of give a
Who's
nice
still
little
probably
scream.
eating.
Oh, hell yeah, I am.
Well, it's your move, so what are you gonna do?
I will put the rib in my mouth, because I'm not done with that shit. I will move up to the one on my right.
Yep.
And I will take a swing at him with my greatsword. That's a 19.
19 hits.
Uh, 13 damage.
Okay.
I will take my second attack.
Is that all including your +1 to stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's good. I will take my second attack on him. Ugh. That doesn't make it.
All right. So
Unless 10 hits.
10 does not hit.
Nice try.
Okay, so you put your food down and you just kind of like brush the remainder off of your mouth, and you kind of reach down casually, grab your giant greatsword, kind of prop it up, and you just kind of give a nice whew, and it slices right across his belly. It doesn't go too deep, but it's just enough to graze over him and cause him to get really pissed off at you. Right?
That's fun.
Okay. Maeve, what do you got?
I'm gonna move, since I was standing like right behind him. I'm gonna move to flank. I can't quite move myself over behind this big fatty.
Okay, so as you move behind him, you're also immediately adjacent to the 4th one.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to cast some.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try out this new one.
Nice.
Ooh.
Can't wait.
Okay, it's going to be Spirit Guardians. They call forth spirits to protect me. They fly around me a distance of 15 feet for the duration. Alright, as I'm reading this, because I haven't done it before, I get to pick anyone who's not affected, which would be the 4 of us. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or starts its turn, must make a wisdom saving throw. So I'm guessing I would just hit these 2 then. You have to make a wisdom saving throw on a 15 right now.
Okay.
Is the area on you?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out
It's
what
15
this
feet
is
around
doing.
me, like
so
out from
in a
around me.
15-foot radius.
Circle, yeah.
It's going to hit everything in a 15-foot radius.
Enemies wise, yeah, because I
Look,
pick,
what does it say exactly?
when you cast a spell, you designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it.
Okay, so who do you
I guess I
designate that's
guess I
unaffected?
just see.
Kath?
You can
it, 'cause
choose.
Right,
Well, because
so-
I can't see them, so Keth
Right. Okay.
is unaffected by it. Anyone that's in the circle that's affected,
Yep. Is gonna have to do a
his
save.
speed is halved,
Okay.
and when the creatures enter the area for the turn or start, okay, it won't be time yet, but it would be on their next turn. They're gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw.
If they enter that circle, but anybody who's
start-
already
if you,
in
no,
that
if you,
circle,
yeah, if you start, yeah, if
It's
you
already
enter
affected
it, or
them
if you
now.
start your turn in there.
and that's what am I rolling?
Well, it's not your turn.
It's
Oh,
starting-
it's only on my
yeah,
turn.
it
Okay,
starts
so
on
you're
my
like
turn.
activating
Yeah,
a protective
yeah.
barrier that's going to affect everybody that's in that area.
Yeah, it
except
lasts.
those
It
who
lasts
say
for
no.
10 minutes. So.
Okay, very good. Is that a concentration?
Yes. It's
Okay.
concentration.
Fair enough.
Got anything else?
It's action. That's the only thing I can do. I just
Unless you had a bonus action or anything you wanted to do.
actually.
But
Yeah.
you can't cast a spell.
It's
'cause
okay.
You've already cast it's a cantrip.
No, I can cast
You
as
can
a bonus
cast a
action.
cantrip on your action, but if you cast a spell on your action, you can't cast a spell on a bonus action. That's
I
just
thought-
the rules of spellcasting.
Even if
You
it's
can-
considered even if it only takes a bonus action to cast?
Right.
I thought you could if it was like under a level.
If
Like
it's under a level.
my the one I just cast was a 3. I thought if you did like a lower level.
No,
it'd be
the only way that'll work, I mean, you can spot check it.
No,
but
I don't know. Let's
it's,
we'll say it's on. I'll just have my turn there.
Yeah, if you cast a cantrip as your action, then you can absolutely cast any spell you want as a bonus action.
Okay, no, then that'll end my turn.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so then that leaves my guys finally. So the one that's being flanked by you and Chris, simultaneously, Keth, he's picking up his giant tree stump.
Before
and
he
he's,
starts, you have to make at the start of that guy's turn, you have to do the wisdom.
Ah, thank you.
Gotta
Okay,
be
so
at
this is
15.
I have to be 15 on wisdom.
15 on wisdom, yeah.
Okay. Oof, that's gonna, without even adding the multiplier, it's a 4. So my guess is that's gonna be a fail. Wisdom is -2. I'm at 2.
Okay, so you take 3d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
Or necrotic. I guess I want to pick. Just because I've been haunted by that
Ghost.
creature in my dream, I'm going to make it look like that, so it's going to be necrotic damage.
Okay.
So it's 4 plus 1 plus 5. 10 damage.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, you can't cast another spell during the same turn.
And then, that's it. So it's for him.
Unless it's a cantrip.
Alright, never mind.
No worries.
But yeah, that's the start of his turn. Each time
Okay.
your creature starts.
For
his
every
turn.
guy within
Yep.
that circle. Okay, cool. I like that. So he's going to pick up his giant tree stump and he's going to try and swing it here at Keth. And, 18 plus 6. That's going to hit you. I get 2d8. Which is 8, 10, 11, 12 bludgeoning damage to you, sir.
Ouch.
As he
Okay.
comes swinging through. The guy that's behind him now, which is to the right of Maeve,
Am I right?
yeah, watches Maeve approach and try and flank and then create this thing. So he's now within that circle, of
If
course.
he's starting his turn, he now has to make that.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen right meow.
Did the first guy fail?
Fail.
Yep, he did.
It was 10 damage.
10 damage.
A 6 is gonna fail as well.
Alright, so that
This is a
one.
good group of guys to do that to, because they're -2 on their save.
Oh, nice.
Shit. 17 damage.
What is it?
That's a
roll?
good
2d10?
oh shit.
3d8s.
3d8.
Holy
At
hell.
the start of each of their turns. Or if anyone
Awesome.
walks into it.
But you can't get attacked. That's the only thing, right? Because
Yeah.
if you get attacked, if
He has to do a
Well, I
Constitution
have,
saving throw
I have
Right.
I have advantage on those, though.
because of his feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he fails it, then yeah, it would drop.
Yeah. Alright, but now he can go about doing whatever he wanted.
Right. So now he's gonna kind of pull up his giant tree stump and take a swing at you, Maeve.
Awesome.
I don't know if awesome is the right word.
it hurt. I can tell.
Sarcasm.
10 does not hit
Ooh,
you,
it does
unfortunately.
So
not.
that's awesome.
So
Right.
I'm like,
Right. So he comes
my
swinging
tiny little
in.
dwarvish. Ha
Yeah, and as you duck over the already kind of high hitting thing here, it goes right over your head. Our fourth
hit the
guy or our
turret.
third guy, which is number 2 right there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Okay. He's gonna start moving his way towards Keth a little bit more.
Like
Yep.
up on him.
Yeah, like up on him.
Alright, you're getting flanked as well. Not flanked, but 2 people, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Tag team.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
go for me.
I didn't want to say that word because
He's getting double
Back
teamed.
in.
See double teams and double
Okay,
teams.
Party arm, party
16?
people, noise, DC,
Is that hit?
jump, jump, or do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So he comes running in with his giant tree stump and tries to give you a nice little once over the head, and he's gonna give you a total of 15 damage.
Okay.
Whoop, there it is.
Where you sitting at?
20.
I
Okay.
got you next round.
We're back up to the cowl now, hiding out in the tree.
I'll move my mark to that guy.
To our main man.
Seems like he's been taking damage.
You guys, if you guys hit number 2, we can take care of him.
Okay, then never mind. I'll move it to 2.
Okay.
I'm at 2.
That way we still.
And I'll
flank
take the -5.
Right off the rip.
it. Oh, that was on a 20.
So that is going to be 16 to attack.
Yes.
So 10, 24 damage.
You get the second attack just on the first attack, you know? Okay.
Yep, first round. And rolled stealth.
Okay.
19. Nice.
Okay. That was 1 or 2 arrows.
Just one.
That was just 1 arrow? Okay.
The 2's only at the beginning of the round.
At the beginning of each round, I get to attack twice.
Not round.
Okay.
Sorry,
Battle.
each combat.
So you're down 3 arrows at the moment?
Yep.
Alright. So that arrow comes whisping through and hits him right in the shoulder, just as the other one did. And it's in the shoulder of the arm that's carrying his giant tree stump club. So it's kind of kicking him back a little bit, kind of making him,
That's the one to target arena.
right?
I'm sure she could see that guy just getting pelted.
What you got, Arena?
My necrotic
All right,
ghost, like grabbing him and
gonna
ripping
use
him.
my sneak attack again and fire an arrow at number 2. Yeah, 22.
Yeah, I'd say that hits.
Hey, yeah.
All right, so 5, 9 plus 4, 13.
13 damage?
Yep.
To the same one with the hunter's
Yeah.
mark or the
Yep.
one that's
Yeah.
on?
Big
okay.
dude.
The same one with the hunter.
The one
13?
Our green guy.
Yeah.
No, the non.
No, number 2.
Oh, you're
I had
shooting
number
two.
2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
not,
that
not
was
the
hunter's
green
mark,
man.
yeah.
That way we can flank still.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. So then the second arrow
Oh,
comes
and we
out.
rolled to stealth, sorry. Yeah, natural 20 to stealth, so I'm 29. Stealth.
I don't even know she's there.
There's just mist sitting next
Yeah,
to it.
the two of
Black
you.
Cal's like, where'd she go?
The two of you are like immediately next to each other on the same branch.
We don't even know we're there.
No, I
But you don't know each other are there. It's so weird. There's like a leaf that's like hanging between your peripherals, so you can't see each other.
Right.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. What you got?
All right. I'm gonna take a swing at this guy. I'll take the minus
Start perforating a little
5.
bit.
That is 19.
19 hits.
I was with the minus 5. Nice.
Yeah. Oh. 22.
22 damage.
Yep.
To our green guy.
Yep.
Good God.
Is he still kicking?
Oh, he's still kicking.
I'll take my second attack.
Okay.
Question for you.
Fine.
Is number 2 within 50
Take the
feet?
minus 5 again.
No, it's on the outskirt of you,
Okay.
16.
but you have the other two for sure.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
That is 27.
I was gonna say you just crit out on it.
Not maxed.
He re-rolled a 1 and it ran, and
Is he
it
dead?
was a 6.
No, he's not dead.
He's not
but-
dead?
No, he's
Oh!
he's bleeding.
I was ready to take my third attack. Alright. I will second wind as my bonus action.
You sure?
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I get it back after a short rest.
Okay. Oh,
So-
short. Okay, cool.
Half orc.
Yeah.
No, fighter. Second wind.
Half
The orc
orc
has
fighter.
that drop to 1 thing, right?
Yeah.
Here.
If you get dropped, first time you get dropped down to 0, you get 1 hit.
S-
Plus your constitution.
no, just plus my fighter level.
Ah.
So I get 12 back. Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool.
And I'm done.
All right. Cool. I like it. Maeve, what are you doing?
Well, since I have advantage still,
You do.
I'm going to.
Finish him off.
Yeah.
Finish it.
I'm going to swing with my warhammer.
All right.
19 plus
You're
5, 24.
Yeah, that'll hit. Wait, which one are you hitting? The one that's on?
Green.
The one of the green guy still.
Okay.
For 6.
For 6 damage?
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. So you stop your spellcasting for a moment, but you maintain your concentration, and then it's at this point you pick up your warhammer and you kind of give a nice.
spine. Right down.
You going for the spine?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You
So
mean his ass?
it goes up over.
I guess it's true. It is an ogre. Fine, I'm going for the kneecap. Never mind. I forgot how big these
always
fuckers
the
Okay,
were.
so we're gonna give it a lumberjack swing at a log here, but instead it's gonna be in the back of his kneecap the best that you can, and it's not really enough to kind of make him buckle, but it's enough for him to like kind of want to swat a fly out of the way.
Let's give him the finger.
Man, he's still kicking. All right.
Yeah, he's still kicking. All right, so then I have to roll Constitution saving throw
You
for my
do
main
indeed.
guy, and that's going to be an 8. So I'm gonna take how much?
Oh, 8 total. You were going. So you failed it. You were going to take 12 damage.
I'm at exactly 12 HP here.
Yeah.
Alright, so as he begins his turn, after getting kicked in the leg and he swats it away, he's just kind of got like this, almost like he's got something in his eye, something in the back of his throat. He can't figure out what it is, and he's just kind of.
That's
and
a
he just
necrotic
kinda,
ghost.
yeah, it's like getting
clawing at him.
inside of him, and he starts to like kind of come towards his center, and he just kind of falls down to the ground in front of you.
Perfect. He's gone.
And switch him out with that one, thank you, sir.
That's fine.
I like it. All right, so now actually, can you face him towards Maeve?
I sure can.
Thanks, because he's on Maeve. He's engaged with Maeve.
He's
Is
gonna
he
make
starting?
his save.
Is he starting his turn?
Yep, he's got to roll again,
Make his save.
and that is a 7. So how much I take?
17. I rolled 2 7s and a 3.
Yes!
I love this spell.
That spells
Oh, I
awesome.
haven't even used that one.
I just
You
got
just
it,
got
and
it, yeah.
I wanted to use it last time when we were
when you,
with the.
hit 5.
They never got together enough for me to weren't using it. They weren't bunched together.
Yeah,
Spell's
that's
awesome.
pretty. That's money. Okay, so
Who needs a warhammer?
right, he now kind of wants to make a
He
swing
wants to
over
hurt
at
me
you.
now.
Oh yeah, 18.
That does hit.
Okay. Double check to see what my thing is. It's 2d8 plus 4. So you're gonna take 16 points of damage from this.
16. Cool.
16. Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So he kind of feels that same sort of inner pain that the other one had, but he kind of brushes it off, and he looks down at you with his giant club and just kind of smashes it down on the ground, hitting your foot more so than anything else, causing you to
Hopping.
yeah, just like that, flattens your foot like a hobbit.
Cool.
All right, so our other guy is still engaged with you, Keth, and he's
Yep.
gonna try and make a swing at you with a 24.
That will do it.
Yeah. And he's going to do a total of 11 damage.
Okay.
Okay. What you got, Cowl?
First, my apologies. I forgot, we're level 5, so yeah, I do have to get an extra attack each turn.
That's what I was wondering.
My bad.
No worries.
So you saved your guy an extra round, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all it
I was
was.
gonna say the guy swinging on me got to take an extra swing.
Well, my bad. I'm going to attack him. -5.
Give me my
Okay.
health back.
We'll go with that one, so that's going to be 14.
14 hits.
Wow, you rolled low. on that
Did you
one.
move your hunter's mark?
He's so dead.
Yeah.
It was already on the number 2.
Yep.
It's been on number 2.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. Got it. Yeah.
10, 18, 23, 27 damage.
He's dead.
How do you want to kill this one?
Let's just go with the classic in the jugular.
All right, I like that one. It's actually going to be at an angle because of the way that he's positioned. So the arrow that comes out, you're aiming for his head to try and at least take out his vision, but instead the wind catches it and brings it straight down, and it lands not through it, but it's poking out now of his jugular, and blood just starts spurting out of the spot, almost like a water fountain at this point. And now he starts to losing his gaze. He starts stumbling away, and he's almost like berserking, kind of flailing his arms around. He doesn't really know what's going on as he screams, and he just falls straight to the ground. The ground kind of shakes as everybody feels the reverb.
Alright, I'll move my mark onto the last one.
And that leaves...
And my second attack.
Yep.
Take the -5. 16.
Yeah.
20 damage.
Alright.
Wait, you get to add your bonus on the second attack.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
I rolled 10. I rolled 4, 2,
4, 4, 2.
plus 4, so...
So that'd be 14.
No.
Yeah, 4. You rolled a 4, and a 2.
That's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10. A 4.
Right. Plus, you didn't add your bonus.
This one. Depending on which one I go, that's right.
Right. You rolled a 4, and a 2.
No, that another 4 doesn't count. It's a 4
Why
plus
didn't
the
it
2.
count?
Because I color coordinate, so which one it goes with.
Oh.
So it's
Why
10
did you-
plus the 10 is 20.
20.
Either way.
Okay.
Why you gotta do
Well,
that?
he rolled the dice, so I'm like, well, you're missing 4.
Oh.
He's just trying to make
I'm
sure.
trying to make sure he gets all his damage in.
Yeah,
Alright.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Alright. So,
And-
20 damage, and then you're going to try and stealth to see how well you do this, but you're already invisible in the tree because it's night.
Invisible gives me advantage on rolls and disadvantage when they attack me. So yeah, you're right. I don't need to.
Yeah, you really don't need to because you're already invisible. This one, on the other hand, would have to. Okay? So, speaking of which, what you got, Arena?
I'm gonna fire an arrow at him. And
Oh, the same thing twice.
No, one was a 1, one
Oh,
was
I
a
thought it
7.
was 2 sevens.
I thought it was 2 1s.
Ooh,
We're all wrong.
11.
11 actually hits.
Oh!
Wow, these are big fuckers.
Well,
Okay, so
as Chris said, low AC, high HP.
Yeah.
So
always the rule.
10, 13, 17.
17 damage.
We've been throwing serious damage on this.
And then I'm gonna re-roll for stealth.
Okay.
And I natural 20 that's 9, so 29 to stealth.
Again, it's just we're right there next to each other. We don't know where that.
Right? Well, it's like silent arrows are flying from the tree.
You
But
don't
that
even hear
damn
the quiver.
leaf.
It's just like,
Right?
It's just a breeze.
all right.
It's just a breeze. That's all it is.
All right, Chris.
If we're for the
Alright.
fact I held her up onto the branch, that's the
I'll
only
move
reason
around.
we know we're next to each other.
Move around him to flank with me.
Okay, you take the advantage.
I will take the advantage and the -5.
Ooh.
Am I happy for that?
Yeah. A 10.
That does not hit.
11 is the threshold.
Yep.
11 is the threshold.
I'll do the same thing again on my second attack. That's
Better.
much better. What is that? 19.
Okay, yeah, that hits. Now that we all know what the AC is of my ogres.
That won't matter on my turn.
24.
If he's still standing.
Which he is.
Oh,
actually.
Alright.
But he is bleeding like a
Stuck pig.
yeah, let's keep the appropriate one. Yeah, right here. Alright, so what do we got next? Maeve, what do you got?
I'm gonna cast the.
He's his attention is now turned, so he's kind of more interested in what's happening on behind him. So he's no longer engaged with you, Maeve. So
I'm
even
gonna-
if you were to have,
I'm
him,
gonna
no.
necrotic his face. So I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead as a cantrip. So you have to make another Wisdom save.
Okay. Not gonna like this one. 15.
Ah, that's exactly it. All right, so you pass that one.
Shit.
Yes, my first good save.
All right,
Zug zug.
and that ends my turn.
Okay.
But now it's your turn. So roll a Wisdom save.
I'm gonna use the same die I just used and get a 3.
Okay.
So I take how much?
We're about to find out.
12 damage.
You guys keep having all my HP here, like literally dividing by 2 here.
Makes it easy on you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
not
the end of my
bad.
turn and the start of his. So.
All right. Oh, that was the start of my turn.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's the start of his.
Thanks. Okay, so as he's feeling this icky feeling inside of him, his stomach is turning. He's bleeding profusely, not proficiently, and he's gonna try and take a swing here at Keth.
Yep.
With his giant tree branch of a club for a grand total of 11.
That does not do it.
Nope. What you got, Kyle? You gonna take him out of his misery?
Yeah, I feel like I have to.
Yeah, at this point.
I'm pretty
At this point,
sure-
I'm just kind of like sitting on the ground. I just plop down because I'm like, he's not gonna make it.
I'm quite confident you're going to kill him with this.
with your
If
two,
you
with,
hit him
with your 2 attacks at advantage.
at advantage,
Taking your -5?
I don't
No.
think I need it.
he probably doesn't.
Probably not, but
Probably not.
You're right. I should have taken it.
You
Yeah,
got 2 attacks. I mean,
that's
Crit.
why you should take it. He's
how do you want to kill him?
Since it's
Yeah, I
crit,
don't think you
can't-
even need to roll damage on this. But out of
Yeah,
curiosity,
can
I
we
want to
please
know.
roll it anyway? Like,
He would minimum get 3 plus.
Well, it's double, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Double the damage roll.
so 5.
All everything but the 100 mark.
No.
Yeah. So 8, 12,
Yeah,
15, 25.
Yeah, he's
He
dead.
might be dead.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. How is he gonna die?
In one ear, out the other.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so that's actually a perfect position too. So as he's already stumbling about trying to swing this, he goes to make a swing over at Keth, but goes right over his head as he successfully dodges underneath. And as he comes to, all of a sudden he's stopped immediately in his tracks. You kind of see him blink hesitantly because the arrow was so fast that the whispering right through the trees, it goes right in one ear and out the other one so quickly that you don't even perceive this happening.
Ooh.
But as he's doing it, he's almost blinking like he can't. Like he's trying to divide 7,462 by 12. He can't comprehend what's happening, and with that, he just kind of stops and falls over.
right over.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Well,
And lady.
I will take that back, please.
Ladies.
Merch.
I'm gonna take my dagger out and slash that freaking leaf that's been dividing Cal and I from seeing each other and put it back.
Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Hey, Arena. I haven't seen you since I let you up here.
Fist bump.
Do I even bother?
Okay.
Do I even bother to look on?
I'm gonna
Giant smelly
silently
ogres?
jump out of the train.
What do you want to do?
Oh, yeah, is it gonna be
I'll
another
look for
ac-
loot if there's any?
You want to loot? You can roll perception.
I'm gonna finish my
There's gonna be
damn rib.
another acrobatics roll to get down the tree.
Okay.
14.
All you can see is they have like spoils and tattered clothes.
I figured they're
ogres.
the freaking ogres.
Yeah.
Eric falls out of the
What
tree.
did you do, Eric?
I rolled a natural 1, so when I went to fist bump, I was like, yes, Squirt, no!
And I rolled a 17 plus 7 to jump
Okay.
silently.
She
So
somehow
this is-
rolled after him and
This
landed
is-
before
alright,
him.
So this is what happens. You guys are up in the tree and you go to do your fist bump after Arena cuts off the little branch that's partitioning the two of you. And as you go to fist bump, Cowl almost loses its balance to the point where he starts to flip and fall right off of the tree. And in this moment, Arena does a nice little backflip off the back end, lands on her feet, and sort of blocks
She
the
catches
blow
me.
of sort of catches Cowl as he starts falling from the tree.
You're welcome.
Almost like Shaggy holding Scooby-Doo.
Ugh. Yes, thank you for catching my fall.
You're welcome.
So happens when I fall for you. Alright!
Just laying it on thick tonight. All right.
Love it. Okay, so
She left you cook them.
as you guys finish up your area here, you comfortably...
That's during the campfire conversation.
you
What
guys-
languages do you speak?
Common and Orc.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry. She speaks like all the languages.
I know.
So it's not like we had some. Sorry, I haven't learned to speak Orc. I'll teach the cow how to speak Orc. At least all the bad
Did we
words
do
and
that?
the. It would take a long time.
It'd be like if I was trying to teach you a language right now in real life.
Okay. Or like a one
What time
word.
was it by the time we finished this?
You
It's
give him one
night
word and
still.
nice, yeah, okay.
You guys are going to be able to successfully rest through the evening after
Excellent.
this.
Alright.
That was
Good.
that was basically the encounter that you
Missed.
encountered
We
to get through the evening.
Got
Instead of like breaking up your 8 hours of rest,
I
it's
gotcha.
interrupting your 8 hours, and now that it's passed, you're able to successfully nap for 8.
Cool.
What's the roll again for picking up my bows, arrows? Because I have 5.
If you roll a d20 and you
And
get
the
an
feet count.
even number,
And did
it will be you get to take up that number.
16.
So
So
yeah,
pick
you
up
can
3.
have that third one.
Nice.
Alright, I just have one. I got one back.
You got an odd number.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Okay. So you guys are back to
That's
full
what
health.
makes
You guys are
general
back to
stores.
full spell slots. Everything should
Oh, I
be
have
good.
I have one.
What are you doing, Maeve? You gonna try and craft a potion this morning?
2 puts me at 9.
Nice.
From a rat.
So you're currently holding a greater healing potion and a standard healing potion. Is that right?
I have a raven
I
too. Or an
have
owl.
like 2 regulars,
Owl and a
then the
owl
one I
and
just
a
made.
raven.
I'm
which
sure
you
you
said
have
was
3
one.
total
That's true.
potions
Yeah,
on
I've
you.
got 2 regulars
I'll
and one
switch to
Greater.
raven.
greater superior,
Hey,
right?
Greater.
touch my sword too.
I'm gonna take an hour
There's
when I
that
first
I'm
wake up
putting
to
on
change
pick.
my familiar from a rat to a raven.
All right, that'll cost you 10 gold.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're not paying me. You're
I
paying
know, well.
the mystical force of arcane power.
That's
That's what
what
I'm
just to
doing.
give myself
I'm
an AC
taking
just to
rounds,
piss
I'm
you
taking
off.
it.
No, it's worth
Take
it.
it,
I
mystical
promise.
powers. And I'm gonna roll for its health.
Same thing, and give him the +1.
Okay.
Has 3 hit points.
Can it be like Community where he's in the windowsill and he's whetstoning his sword to Hal, the picture of Hal on the counter?
I haven't seen that.
It's
Yes.
so funny. It's the Dungeons and Dragons one. It's
Yeah, it's the second dungeon.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one
Advanced
with-
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, the one with David Cross in it.
Yep.
And
Yes.
directed by the Russos.
Yep.
Yes.
I think it's in like season 4 or something.
I need to watch the whole season. I don't,
5.
5.
Yeah.
clearly I'm behind on this, but
Oh, there's only 6 seasons.
Because that's when.
Animu.
I've only seen like the 4 or 5 that I've watched with you.
It's on Hulu. All of
I
them.
know. I just haven't had time to sit down.
So anyway,
Anyway, yeah, it's morning.
It's morning now.
Let's keep heading north.
And I have a raven now.
And I have a raven now.
Me.
Yeah. That's you. That's how you sound.
so we'll head towards.
Is that how I sound?
north?
No.
Better. You guys head north? Alright, so you guys start making your way throughout the day. And you...
Something from last week I forgot to tell her.
Okay. Yep, we'll head north towards where these drakes are.
So
said to
you successfully make it through the afternoon without an encounter. But along the road, you have animal tracking, is that right?
No?
No? No?
Well,
be. I have animal handling.
I don't care about
Well,
that.
it comes over the favorite
Yeah.
terrain,
Okay.
which is forest. Right, and so unless we're in a forest area, it doesn't really apply.
Is there a range to that unlocking trait? Like, you have to be immersed in the forest area, or...
I'll look it up really quick.
Alright, you do that while I continue on. So, as you guys are making your way along this trail, it's a bright sunny day. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's
Blue sky.
yep, blue skies all around. You're following along the same trail that you've been going along. It's still a grassy plain, but there are more trees about in the area just along the path here.
While traveling for an hour or more in your favorite terrain, you gain the following benefits. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you are engaged in another activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger. I can forage, and while tracking other creatures, you can learn their exact number, their size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
We're definitely tracking drakes.
Cal's gonna be just like walking up, so just, like as soon as that hour hits, he's just like, boom! I know where they're at.
That's probably how it's going to end up being.
And since one of my favorite enemies is dragons, dragonoids, would they count towards that?
It's Dragonborn,
not
isn't it?
towards the drake, no. that's
Yeah,
more of a
is your
wyvern.
favorite dragons or dragonborn? I think there's difference.
Drakes aren't either anyway, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I only say that because then I get the advantage on the rolls.
alright.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well then, in that case, I lost my note for what I had coming here.
So yes, as Josh explained it, after an hour, I'm like, oh, I totally know where we're going now.
It's that way, guys.
Very good.
You know how many of
okay.
them there are, too.
It would be considered a dragon.
Well, then he knows lots of stuff.
FYI, who speaks dragon?
Eric.
You do speak dragon?
I speak dragon.
That's really weird.
Drakes aren't sentient though.
It's considered a dragon.
It's like a baby. It's like a baby dragon. It's
How does
just
that go?
in like Dragon Age.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
Yeah, but drakes don't have wings. That's why
Alright.
they're drakes.
So as you
Neither
guys are
does
walking
Braxis.
along this road now,
Yeah.
you can see that in the dirt road itself, there had been a scuffle of some kind. You see tracks that lead off into the woods off to your right, and you see that there's like a couple of brushed over footprints, so you can't quite tell what the footprints were, if they were human, if they were animal, because there's been a tussle in the area, so whatever print is there is now covered with a little bit more of the dirt road. You guys want to roll a survival?
All of us?
I'll take my advantage.
This should be interesting. Oh, actually, my survival's not bad.
Yeah.
No, because it's wisdom.
15.
15.
17.
16.
That's nice.
We're all surviving.
Yeah, even if I were you all survived. Good job.
TPK. It was an 18.
All right, so
It's one of the.
you can all perceive that it seems as though it goes into the woods quite a ways. It some of the brushes that kind of help create this path as you're walking along has been destroyed with what seems to be maybe a cart that had gone through the area and maybe down a hill area.
Okay.
I say we investigate.
Let's do it.
I'll stand back. You guys who are sneaky can go ahead and start.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you want to go in then, Arena and Keth? Gonna want to investigate a little bit more?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go. I don't
I'll
care.
stealth up.
I was gonna say with a cow.
I was gonna say me and Marv will burn at the rear.
I'm just gonna chill.
I
I'm
rolled
on the
a-
road, just watching them go.
24 to stealth.
I
Yeah,
stealth.
you're stealth. You're being very quiet.
Crit, so 27 on my stealth check.
I'm gonna stealth.
Whoa.
Nope.
No.
5.
That would have been really funny. I would have had fun illustrating that one.
So you go to
It was
take
gonna
like
be-
2
it was
steps
gonna be like
and then you're like,
ballerina
maybe you
tippy
guys should
toes.
just go ahead.
He takes 2 steps, lets out a loud fart.
Yeah.
Oh, ribs!
Alright, fuck it. I'm going in.
Indigestion.
So you guys start making your way inside. Arena is very careful on her footsteps, not to snap any twigs and cause any disruptions in the foliage. And then behind her is Kath, who's just brushing all the trees aside, snapping all the twigs he possibly can, making a ruckus as he's coming through.
And I'm moving around
Can you
the
describe
trees like
this
a monkey.
ruckus?
Yeah, it sounds like brom.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then down the ways, you can kind of
Breakfast
see
club.
that there was a. I caught that. There's a destroyed cart right there.
Okay.
And it seems as though it had been run off of the road. It had gone down a little bit of a hill out of control and smashed into the side of a tree. So it has fallen down and it's broken up. And there doesn't seem to be any bodies around the area. But if you roll a perception. Kev.
Oh.
9.
You see exactly what I just described.
I rolled a natural 20. You took with you.
You perceive that he's not very perceptive.
And I rolled a 13, so I'm behind the both of them going, he can't see shit.
Right? You're still up on the road watching them go down, right?
No, I was following.
No,
Oh, you are
I'm just up on
You're
the
on
road.
the road.
I'm just
Yeah.
watching them going.
And I stealthed
Okay,
on my,
okay.
I rolled a natural
Yeah,
20.
you're totally
So I'm moving
Yeah, we're
around
all
like a spider
stealth,
monkey.
yeah.
nice. Okay. So as you're looking over the cart, all 3 of you roll perception, and then separately, Maeve roll perception.
That's better.
That's better.
20.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
26.
Nice. So the 3 of
8.
you.
I'm just leaning on my warhammer like.
I'm perceiving a nice nap right now.
Okay, so the 3 of you that are down here at the cart now, and you're about 25 to 30 feet away from the main road at this point, kind of down a decline, a slight decline. And as you're looking over the area, you happen to notice that there's a blood splot and what appears to be a dragging of sorts. So you kind of see a streak, and then it just sort of fades into nothingness, and you kind of see some of the wares of the contents of whatever this thing was carrying scrambled
really
about and
good.
broken. Roll perception.
10.
No, you don't really notice much of anything other than like
24.
cooking stuff like pots and pans and camping assortments. But alternatively, the cowl looks down and sees a little pouch that looks like it may contain something. So he bends over and picks that up.
I'm gonna move over to the cart.
You're already at the cart.
Okay, well, I want to dig through the cart. Can I rummage through the cart?
Yeah, you can roll perception on that too.
Okay. It's not great.
Well, I need to know what it is.
11.
Anyways. 11? Okay, yeah, you're not noticing much of anything
Fine.
alongside Kath. You two are just kind of standing together.
There's nothing but junk here. Kath, I can't see what's... Yeah, guys, total junk.
Alright, let's go follow where that body was dragged.
Alternatively,
Ooh.
what did you roll
Oh.
on your perception?
An 8.
An 8?
Maeve's like, what do you see?
I was kind of wondering if you guys were gonna let me know that you found something.
Well, you're also like 25 to 30 feet out. Up
I could have yelled.
on the thing. Yeah, you guys could definitely be yelling.
Like,
You might
We're
hey.
see.
stealth, so we're not good.
I mean, I am able to see that far.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen is...
Yes, I'm gonna get
with-
attacked.
Yep, with your 8 perception, as you're just kind of like sitting there watching them do their thing, out from behind you comes this roar and a leap as
Oh.
a 23 is going to hit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Wait, sorry. It's... I speak dragon joke.
That's exactly what it sounds like. For 14 slashing.
Oof. Ugh.
Okay.
Good thing you have 14 immunity to slashing.
Do you have immunity to slashing?
No.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would be
if
awesome.
he would just be, if he was immune to slashing, he wouldn't need 14 immunity. He'd just be immune.
Good point.
Sorry, I was going under 4th edition rules.
That's true.
Yeah, that's not happening right now.
Okay.
So we're playing on this long road here. Let's
Resistance.
position.
I'm up on the road
You guys,
and
you
nobody
guys
knows
are way
that
out
I'm
here.
getting attacked.
You guys
Or
are
maybe
playing
you
with
can
the
scream
group.
or something.
What just happened, and I gotta wait to see what happens here.
And then from behind
Whoa,
him
that's a big boy.
comes our Drake.
I just looking up at this Raptor-esque thing.
Yep.
Clever
So
girl.
this Drake comes running. It's sprinting at this point, and it comes leaping out, and it sees you in the middle of the road all by yourself, and unbeknownst to you, pounces, not landing or proning or grappling or crippling
knocks
you.
me over.
Just comes over and comes slashing at you with that points of damage as you spin around with the centrifugal force that is the Drake.
Alright.
All right, you guys want to roll initiative?
Let's do it.
20.
6.
What'd you get here?
14. I rolled 6.
What was yours,
I
Eric?
rolled 4.
20.
20.
16.
Okay. La-da-da-dee.
Hopefully you guys heard this thing come bashing through and hit me.
I'm gonna assume that it let
You
out
go before me
more.
anyway.
Yeah, but Erica goes before me. She's gonna be like digging through, like not knowing what's happening.
Alright. Very
That
good.
thing is large. Feared.
I hope so.
Sorry,
We'll
I'm
find out here in a second.
pulling up my jazz.
No, it's all good.
Your jazz.
I know.
My jazz.
We're gonna
Okay.
fight to jazz music.
Yep, we are all set. So, as of right now, what is your passive perception?
15.
Keth?
60.
You're 17. Maeve, what's your passive?
I mean, he's on me. It's 14.
Alright, so it's 14, 15, 16, 17. That is the easiest to remember. I like it. That's
It's
what I was
pretty
asking you for. It had nothing to do with
Oh,
this one. I just
gotcha.
wanted to know if you were below Erica. So
I
that's cool. I like it. Alright, so as far as initiative goes, Arena is up first, and with a 15 you'll be able to perceive that something is happening up on the dirt road
But I just got
behind
my
you.
ass knocked down.
You are 25 to 30 feet away from Maeve. The Drake is, well, Maeve is between you and the Drake, and they're at an incline.
How much of an incline?
Just like a hill of an incline. So like you can see them, but you can't really see the Drake
walkable
so much.
incline.
Yeah, it's a walkable incline.
Okay.
So does it have cover?
The only cover would be
My tiny
Maeve
4-foot
being in
frame.
the way of the Drake, but at this point, you can only see so much of the Drake, so it's going to require movement to get into a good position. Because
Okay.
you're not going to be able to just fling an arrow at it from where you're at.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna
And what's your movement speed?
30.
Okay, so, like I said, you're 25 to 30 feet away from it.
Okay, so I'll just go to the hill and climb up the hill and stand over to the side, out of its direct view,
Okay, but still within range.
but still within range. And I'm gonna cast Hex as my bonus action on it.
Alright,
So you're gonna be taking an extra 1d6 of necrotic damage
for the duration of
for,
it,
the,
which
for
is
up to an hour.
up to an hour, and there's concentration on this?
Nope.
No, there's Hex.
Oh, this is the one where it's going to move like
This is a
Hunter's
target like Hunter's Mark. Yeah.
Mark. Yep,
I believe
gotcha.
it's still concentration though.
Doesn't say that it is.
It would
Does
say
it
on
have
the
a
very
C?
top.
It does not say. It says
No,
one
never
bonus
mind.
action, instantaneous, range 90 feet up to an hour. Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, that's the C
Ah.
triangle diamond
Yes.
there. So it is concentration. Just if you
Yes.
get hit, you have to roll to make sure you keep it. That's
Correct. It also means that you cannot cast another concentration spell while you are concentrating.
Okay,
That's
that's
all
fine.
it means.
And you
Um,
do you have to use a bonus action to keep it going?
To keep
No, I
going,
can
no.
move it.
She
I
can move it
with
after
my
each
bonus
death.
action.
It's like Hunter's Mark.
It's just like Hunter's Mark, but for a
Okay.
warlock.
Get spooked by the cat.
All right, so black is the necrotic damage.
The Drake.
These are my 3, and then I have my sneak attack. So it's probably not even gonna do nothing. 9.
9 does not hit.
Okay.
And
It's all good.
Alright, up next is going to be Maeve.
okay. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action.
And that's that thing that just kind of.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big old hammer that floats in the air and beats it over the
Are
head.
you prone?
No,
No,
you said I
he's
was
not
not
prone.
prone.
That's good.
So I have to make a melee swing with that as it comes out. So as I form it, I take a swing with it still as part of my bonus. I forget. It's 24 to hit,
Yes, 24 hits.
and then it is 1d8 of force for that. 7 damage on that.
Okay. Sorry, I was just giving it health.
No problem.
I had to roll a 17 or 19d something. Jesus. Yeah, 19d10.
Alright, well it does. That's 7 on. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. Plus my spellcasting modifier. That's 14 damage. My bad.
Okay,
And then I'm going to take a swing with my Warhammer as my action.
got it.
That is a 17 to hit
Yes, 17 hits.
for a whopping 3 damage on that.
Ooh, I don't know if I can
Big
handle that one.
swing.
Come get some. Hey, man, that was like 20 damage altogether.
Fair.
And I'll just yell out, I found a Drake! Except it wasn't in the voice that I should have been doing it in.
So how does it sound?
Well, you are in combat.
It gets very low, like when I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Or scared.
Or scared.
It's very high when she's scared though.
I found a Drake!
Nice.
That better? Alright.
Okay. So,
That's my turn.
all right. So the Drake now, after you come swinging through with the hammer and try and hit it in its jaw, almost like a shark, it kind of like shakes its head at you, squares back up, and then tries to go right back in. Now the Drake has a multi-attack, and it's going to try and do a bite on you after getting hit in the jaw here.
Sure. How about you roll low?
Well, that's how I have been rolling. So,
Keep it that way.
16.
That's exactly my armor class.
Oh God. Okay. So 16, and that
Oh, you don't have your
is
shield.
2d6
That's with my shield.
plus 3, which is 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
11?
Yep. And you are also now grappled in its mouth.
Cool. I don't get to move.
So, correct. If you want to break
Still
the
swing.
grapple,
I can still attack, yeah. I
Yeah.
just can't move.
you're going to have to beat a DC 15
Okay.
to beat the grapple. Okay? And on top of that, it's going to do its second move, which is Crunch, now that it's bit down on you.
Awesome. Break some ribs.
Still gotta roll it.
I know.
It bites down on a grappled creature and bite. Oh, and I don't have to roll for it. I just roll the damage, and it's going to do 2d6 plus 3.
Don't worry. We're getting there.
4, 5, 6, 7 piercing, and you now have disadvantage on your next escape attempt.
Well, if you never escape, you don't have to worry about it.
It's true. Because my
It's
hands, my hands still work. Like I can still do whatever
Oh,
I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
within here.
Okay,
You
so yep, that's what's happening with the
I'm just like a
Drake.
rag doll, just like
As you come swinging through with the that's a hammer in the jaw, kind of shakes it off like Taylor Swift here, and then reaches in and bites you right in the torso underneath the arm, grabs a hold, and then crunches down on you, and it's currently holding you in its mouth.
awesome, guys. This is so good.
Go.
Can I see it from there?
You can see it, yes, but it's still. Now that Maeve is kind of in its mouth, you would have to take a cover shot for it.
What
but
kind of
you're
cover?
also you're gonna have to do half cover at this.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
ignore it.
I was gonna say, I thought you ignored all that shit.
Okay.
Yep,
Sure.
sure.
You're
This guy has
also
pinpoint
at
accuracy.
a 25-foot decline.
Okay. That's fine.
He can shoot like 300 yards, can't he?
Yeah.
I'm just aware.
Oh no,
keeping
I'm
him
just
aware
for,
of
just
the
for myself.
situation.
I was like, I think he can hit it.
Okay.
As long as it's full, as long as it's not full cover, he doesn't care.
Yep. Hunter's mark.
Okay.
And let's do the dance. $13.
13 hits.
All right, so
I rolled a
13.
4.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't lose the.
8.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Ooh,
Okay.
some low rolls on that one.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's my first attack. Now I'm going to use the bonus attack from that attack. Because it's the first turn of the
Yeah, I got
combat.
you. Well, you get 2 attacks anyway, don't you?
Yeah, but
this
he-
is the
yeah.
third one because it's the first of combat.
Oh, you get 3 with the first now. Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah. His level 5
18?
got him the second attack. 18
No, better
hits.
than 13.
10 damage on that one.
Okay.
Now it's time for the third attack.
Jesus.
Can you knock me out of his teeth?
27.
If only.
So that's a hit. 12 damage.
12 on that one?
Yep.
Okay. Very good. You finally dropped it out of triple digits.
Awesome.
What?
You heard
He
me?
rolled a 19 d10.
Yeah, did you
Oh,
hear
I know,
what
I
had
missed
to
that.
roll?
D10.
I had to roll 19 d10s just to get a baseline. That's not even including the multiplier.
Oh, awesome.
Alright. I'll move up on him.
Alright.
Taking a swing. 12.
12 does not hit.
Fuck me.
13's the minimum.
Alright. I will take a second attack.
Oh my god, I have to mute this guy.
What?
Yeah, that's
True.
15.
You guys are probably getting it too.
Yep.
But I'm also using it for the enemy, so I keep getting hit.
18.
18 hits.
Is 11 damage.
11 damage?
Yep.
Okay, so you come running up the hill with your sword kind of at the back end. Naruto style. Naruto? How do you fucking say that?
Naruto.
Naruto? Like
Yeah.
toe?
Naruto.
Toe.
Toe.
Yeah.
Big toe?
Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Naruto?
Naruto.
There's
Naruto.
so many
Naruto.
people mad at me right now.
Naruto.
So you come running up the hill with your sword, and it comes swinging up and trying to break the grasp of the bite that it has on Maeve. Unfortunately, it doesn't let
Just
go and just
watching
kind of
him run
swipes
up.
right up.
Yep. I'm just like leaning up, like hanging upside down. Like, oh, here comes Kev.
Yep. What do you got there, Orena?
Back to the top.
Alright, I'm going to move in and attack it with my rapier.
You're gonna move up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get behind him.
So you can get advantage,
Get that advantage.
and that gives you sneak attack as well.
Sneak attack. Okay, that's much better. 24 to hit.
Yeah, I'd say
Get
that hits.
Alright, so here's my sneak attack, here's my necrotic, and then I have my rapier damage.
Very nice.
So many defenses.
So, 10, 15, 16, 17, 21 damage.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
It's
I like
definitely
that.
under 21.
And then
Under
I'll
triple
disengage
digits.
so I'm not within exactly.
You
No,
wanna
I'll
stay
just
there?
stay.
Yeah.
I'll just-
Otherwise, if you move
I'll
away,
stay.
he doesn't.
Yeah,
That's
if you
fine.
if you disengage, he loses it.
Can he swing his tail? Is that a thing?
Possibly.
You'll be okay. I promise.
He is a dragon, technically.
That's fine. I have
You'll be
uncanny
okay.
dodge.
You'll be
That's
okay, I
true. It'll get
promise.
halved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Who's
you
up?
what?
I have
Who's up?
uncanny dodge.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
Your turn. Your turn over.
Yep.
Yeah, so Orena comes moving in to do a little sneak attack and take the flank on the outside skirt of our Drake here, and doesn't quite gain the attention of it. It's almost like you're getting at it from the back end, kind of fucking around with its tail, still kind of dodging around as the tail moves about. Maeve, you are up next.
First thing I'm gonna do, as I'm being swung around like a ragdoll, is cast cure wounds on myself. Get for 8 points. This is a level 1, just so you know. Back at 25. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to hit it again with my spiritual weapon.
Still in the mouth.
I forget. So I have to make a melee. So regular melee with my. 16.
16 hits.
Cool. For 13 damage.
Okay. Damn.
Hell yeah.
Just keep beating it, and I'll just stay there in its mouth.
You're
That's
not,
probably-
you're not even gonna try and escape. Well, I guess
Well,
you
I would
use
have
your
to do that
action.
for my action.
Yeah, that would have been your action.
Because
Okay.
if I failed, I don't know if I would have survived another round of bites.
All right,
Let's see what
so
happens on this one.
very good. So you cast Cure Wounds on yourself for your bonus action
No, that was my action.
That was
My
your
bonus action was being able to attack with it.
with the orb
I can
thing.
with my spiritual weapon. That's the only thing I
Yeah,
can.
that's what it
Yeah,
was.
that's the only thing I can. I have,
Wait,
have to use a
what?
bonus action for that. So.
That's good. All right,
Yep.
very good. Cool.
I know.
Damn. All right, so then as
Now it's
as
the
you're
Drake's turn.
kind of slapping around on him, he's gonna crunch down on you again since you're still within its grapple.
Yep.
And that's 2d6 plus 3, which is I just rolled 2 6s.
I'm glad I put.
15 points of damage.
That's why I heal myself.
Alright, it's time to pull out all the stops.
And his multi-attack, he's gonna do a 2-claw attack on you.
On
He's
Keth.
gonna do on Keth.
2 claw attack on me.
Yep.
Let's see it.
It's going to be +6 to hit. 17.
Yep.
Okay. And that is 2d8 +3. It's you and you.
Just keeps rolling.
7, 8, 9, 10 slashing
Okay.
for your first claw.
Uh-huh.
And then the second claw that comes at you, oof, is a 3. That's not going to swing. Okay, so one claw swipe at
10
you
damage.
while it's still kind of
Yep.
got Maeve in a bite hold there. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, what do you got, Kel?
Guys. Move up a little bit so I can take a look at him. And Draconic, I'll say to him, just look at you, so pathetic. You bring dishonor to everything. And now I'm gonna do my first attack.
Nice.
Isn't it
It's
a
like
dumb?
a-
It's like
it's
a
like
dumb
a-
creature, so it's probably just like.
It's like
Yeah,
a
it
Mulan
does,
moment with the dragon.
Didn't
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you this is a 6.
Dishonor on cow.
Crit.
Most dangerous.
14.
Blow its jaw off so I can get out of its mouth.
14, 17, 21 damage.
Okay.
Ouch. I got my Wookiee.
Second attack. That's a hit. That was
Roll an
18.
Okay.
Unfortunately, damage isn't nice this time. 7 damage.
Okay, fair enough. That's not so
Ooh.
bad. I gotta keep a calculator because of all these damage
It only
movements.
does it
Good deal. Very good. And that was Bo from where your area is.
Yep.
And you're technically in the woods, so does that
Oh,
benefit
good.
you?
Tell which one. You get to
Nah,
pick
not on attack.
Nah, not for attacks.
what
Right?
he has.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair
that's
enough.
right. Oh.
Moving
do it
up,
next turn.
what do you got for us, Keth?
All right, I'm gonna take the -5.
Okay.
Swinging on him. Oh, that's almost a crit. 21.
21 hits.
$24 damage.
Okay.
25 damage, sorry. Second attack will do the same thing.
Oh lordy. Here we go.
Ooh.
Did I get a 15?
What is that? 12.
Ah, one short.
12 damage? Or
No,
12 to
to
attack?
hit.
Yeah, 12 to hit.
Yeah, 12 does not hit.
Alright, I will action surge.
Okay.
That does it though. What is that? 19 minus 5 is 14.
14 damage?
14 hit.
No, to hit.
14 hit, yes, that does.
27
27 attack? 27
damage.
27 damage. Okay. So as you're sitting there trying to make another swing at him, you take your great sword and you kind of give a nice battle cry as you go through, and with one swoop of your sword, you lop his head right off as the head falls down and Maeve comes falling
Oh,
off.
damn it.
And then the dragon just kind of falls down as the tail starts whipping around. Go ahead and roll a saving throw, a dex saving throw.
16.
Okay. So you're dodging around as the tail is flinging about. The drake is dead.
Is its jaws loosened?
No, it's still tight.
Yeah, you're just still taking damage.
You fall out at the mouth.
I get up and brush myself off. That was gross. That dragon spit all over me.
Well, we got proof we can bring back now.
Can I do a perception?
Who's
See
gonna
if that was the
carry
only
the
one?
drake head
Yes, you can.
all the way back to town? Why don't we just chop off one of its toes or something?
17.
With a 17 perception, you can kind of hear a rustling happening from two different locations in your area. You hear one coming from the north a little bit, and you hear one coming from the south a little bit.
As soon as I hear that, I tell them and I pop that greater healing potion and drink it.
Okay.
Do you need a healing potion?
Is that the 2d4?
There's definitely some in there.
You said it was a 2d4 plus.
Yeah, 4d4 plus 4 is a
44
greater.
plus 4.
Okay, I'm gonna send
So
up
cool.
my raven into the sky and see if
That's so
it can. I'm gonna go up in it, warg in its side basically, and see if I can see where the rustling is coming from.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's good. You said 44 plus 4.
44 plus 4 is a greater healing potion.
17 points.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
With our little healing potion.
Awesome.
Alright.
I'll roll stealth so that way I can be ready.
Okay. And then as the hawk, you said?
Raven.
Look,
I know. I saw
isn't that cute? You see here?
Yeah, it's cute.
Thanks.
You didn't drink them though.
Well, that's this vial, and that's later.
Eee.
Katie.
Alright, well, I'm still not great.
Yeah, wait till
Raven.
it comes out before.
Yeah, Raven's up. Are you stealthed successfully?
I rolled a 10, so
Oh,
no.
buddy, no, I'm afraid not. But you're fine distance
Yeah.
ways out. Alright, so the raven that's up in the air, I imagine you're embodying
Mhm.
this raven. And as it's looking around, roll a perception.
Natural 20.
As you're up in the air, you see the rustling about 10 feet up, 10 feet down. Just on the brink, you can kind of see a tail in the air just
Awesome.
through the weaves.
Okay.
It kind of reminds you of two velociraptors kind of trying to gain the flank on you guys.
Okay, I'm going to come back into my body, put the raven in a pocket dimension, and tell everyone to get ready, and then I'm gonna stealth up.
How much time has passed
14
since
to
the
stealth.
start of that fight? to
That
now?
whole fight probably took about, I'd say, 6 minutes.
Okay, so my
That's
hex
with
is
like
still
everything
going.
afterwards, everything? Okay. Just trying to see if my spiritual level is still around.
How much time do you have on that?
It was only a minute, so it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Do I have time to cast a spell on myself before you go?
What are you going to cast?
Cure wounds.
Yeah, you got time.
Okay.
Well, you're running out of time.
I was just trying to decide what level. That's
And time is out.
Oh.
Go ahead, roll it.
I'm doing it at second level.
Okay.
I was just trying to decide.
I know, I'm giving you crap because you asked if you had time and then you sat
Well.
there to think about what you were doing. That was the joke. We can keep our Drake.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
And the reason I say we're going to keep our Drake is because the other two Drakes that I have printed, I haven't actually cleaned off yet, and they still kind of have their supports on them.
So you want to?
So I want to use one of the nicer ones in place of one of the other ones, but just to kind of show you.
There's not 3, right?
No,
Okay.
no, there's only.
Okay.
I was like, oh, fuck me.
I mean, there
So
were
they're
a
on either
total
side.
of 3.
Right.
Okay.
But now you have to fight 2 at a time. So
Okay.
the 2 that you saw, can you hand me some of those, please? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the 2 start making their way out. You did your cure wounds?
Yes.
Okay, good. Anybody else have any last minute
Nope.
action reactions?
Nope.
Okay, no, I don't want these anymore.
They're too good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you.
Everyone's too far away. Okay, we're good.
Alright. So, the 2 Drakes start to make their way out from the bushes, and they kind of give like a little velociraptor kind of hissy at each other, kind of like they're communicating to each other. Exactly. Very much think of velociraptors when I'm dealing with these guys. And I love you so much. And as they come out, the one to the south is coming out looking directly at Keth, and the one from the north comes out and looks directly at Maeve. Notices that Arena, did you stealth at
I was
all?
14, yeah. I rolled a 14 for stealth.
Plus
Okay.
9.
Stealth.
Notices that you're there,
14 plus 9.
but isn't focused on you. Okay.
Fine. Stupid
Roll initiative.
dice.
I'm gonna die again.
I don't know. This time you guys. Oof, I hope not.
19.
14.
Same! 19!
Woo!
Whose dex is higher?
Arenas. Well, wait. No.
You can go first, Cal.
Okay,
Kyle wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. Maeve.
Oh, you know a natural 1, so a 3.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. What was yours? 14.
Hot.
They're probably gonna get some attacks on me.
Let's see. We're gonna do this.
Borrow this cute warriors.
You know?
Cute.
Very good. Very
Oh, it's
good.
a pink lemonade.
That's what I think. Yeah, it's pretty.
Reach.
Yeah, they don't
all
look
my
like what I bought, which is fine.
guys together. Here we go. All right. First up is Arena.
No.
Black
Cowl
Cowl.
is going
Black
first.
Cowl. Sorry, my line looked like an A. Thank you.
I'll move my mark to that guy.
All right, that's gonna be Drake 1.
To Drake 1.
We're gonna say the 1 is the one that looks the good.
Is the prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our
It's
prime,
prime.
one.
I'm on it.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
13 is the baseline.
All right, meta.
God?
We just figured that out.
The meta
God?
guy?
I know, but still, that's a meta word.
He didn't say it in character.
Ah.
12.
What was that?
12 damage.
12 damage.
All right, let's bring it.
Alright, I'm gonna roll stealth.
Was that your? That was the first one. You
Yeah, that
have
was
a-
the first one, right.
You have 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, it's a new turn.
You were really about to skip those.
I was gonna stealth and then. But no, we'll keep going.
Just pepper him. Kill him before he eats me.
That one's a hit
Yeah,
too.
you need to run.
No, I'm up to
14.
39.
Oh, okay, good. How much?
14. I don't even have to add my plus 9 to that one.
Yeah, 14 hits.
Then 14 damage.
I'm glad I made that post.
Okay.
Right.
Same one.
All right.
And third attack.
And this is where I start getting pummeled.
19.
Yep.
Okay, good. And 13 damage on that one.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna roll stealth.
Good call.
19.
Yeah, so nobody knows where that came from. So the 3 arrows that came out of the way just kind of pink off of his skin, but it does some damage to him.
It's all piercing, if that matters.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No worries. Let's see. Up next would be Arena.
Okay, I'm gonna fire an arrow. I'm gonna move my hex to number 1, and I'm gonna fire an arrow at it. 19 plus 4 hits.
How long does your hex last? An hour?
An
Up to
hour.
Okay.
So you're like Hunter's Bark.
And you said it's been like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
That is not an hour.
Thanks. Ooh,
All
nice
right,
roll.
so 10,
What?
19, 20, 21, 25 damage.
Yes.
And then I'm going to stealth up. 12 to stealth.
Not incredibly so. So, as you do your moves, at least the one to the south is aware of your presence now.
Okay,
as
but I'm
well.
going to disengage, so I'm farther away from it.
Oh, your cunning action.
Yeah, my cunning action.
Got it. Okay. Now my guy is going to run in and try and pounce on Maeve.
Awesome.
Yep, get ready for
I
it.
did the best I could.
That's a natural 20.
I might be dead.
Holy shit.
Crit
All right.
mode
Bring it.
dangerous. Crit mode dangerous.
Somebody heal me.
Oh,
I want to get that on recording and play that every time somebody rolls a 20.
we can do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we go. It's going to make 1 bite. It's not going to be able to crunch the same one here, but it's going to try and bite you on this pounce.
We're already.
At least it's only doing 1 attack.
Well, no, it's going to claw.
Oh, it's gonna claw too.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait,
it's
which one
biting-
did he crit on then?
Yeah.
The bite or the claw?
The bite.
Okay.
The claw I have to roll separately for it. It starts with the bite.
Right. They're 2
Try and
separate
grab
attacks.
it. Correct. 2d6 plus 3.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
8 damage, so 16 damage total on that one. And you are also grappled again in its mouth. Because you're so tiny. And now it's going to try and make a claw at Keth
With me in its mouth.
with you in its mouth. So it comes up and it bites down as it tries to swipe at Keth.
Awesome.
Since you guys are like
What a dick.
back to back here. What?
Really quick, I'm sorry. When I cast the hex on this, you have disadvantage on all wisdom saving throws. I forgot to mention that.
It's nothing
Sorry.
that's affected it yet. but-
No, nothing that's affected yet. I just wanted to make sure that you knew it.
You choose an ability on Hex.
I choose an ability that you have a disadvantage on all checks made with that chosen ability. So
Saves or anything. So
Okay.
you use
Wisdom.
I also have Keen Senses that gives me advantage on Wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing and smell specifically. Keep that in mind.
okay, so I just gave you disadvantage on wisdom.
Or so
To
just base-
specific
Those
wisdom,
are on saving throws.
That's the saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. I have advantage
It says wisdom
to
ability
perception.
checks.
Okay, so I have advantage to
Oh.
perception and disadvantage to saving.
So he would just.
No, it's just a wash.
It's just a
It's
wash.
a wash
it
now?
says
Okay.
a target has a disadvantage on checks made with the chosen ability.
Okay, so it's basically just normal for
Okay.
that. Well, that's good to know though. Forgot.
I also
Alright, so it's gonna try and claw at
Yep.
Keth with a 3 plus 6, doesn't matter, 9.
No.
Okay. And then our second guy here, who's now south, is going to start galloping and making his way, and he's going to try and bite on you, Chris.
Yep. That's it.
That is an 11
Total?
to bite, which is probably not
No.
going to hit your AC. Okay. And then it's going to try and claw at you separately, which is a 12,
Nope.
which also misses.
Sweet.
And that's
I'd like
the
to
end
miss
of-
you.
That's the end of my guy, and that brings it over to Keth.
So this guy is in within range of me, right?
Yes,
He's got one
they're
on each
both,
side of you.
They're both in range of you, except the one that's north of you has Maeve in its
mouth.
mouth.
All right. Well, I
Hey, Kev.
will.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm just like.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go for this guy here. That's got
Our gray guy or
Number
our green
one.
guy?
gray guy, number one.
Number one.
All right.
Maeve guy.
Oh, no, I was trying to roll 2 dice there. That is a 24 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
15 damage. Second attack. That is a 15 to hit.
Okay.
It's 14 damage.
Okay. Very good.
And that would be it.
All right. What you got, Maeve?
Blood, blood,
Yeah.
blood.
Just like.
Not so much anymore.
Oof.
All right, I'm going to try and break free. What do I got to beat a 15? You
15
say?
to break free, correct.
Strength, correct?
For clarification purposes, it is. It's just a straight 15.
Okay.
You just have to beat a DC 15.
Oh, I don't get.
There's
like,
no modifier.
Oh,
You have to
awesome.
roll a straight 15 plus.
God, you sure there's no modifier? Because I rolled
Yeah.
a 14.
Sorry, buddy.
As a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon again. Let me burn my last second level spell and
Okay.
roll an attack on his stupid face.
Get it. It'll be a 13.
I got a 21.
Nice.
So 8 damage.
Okay. Better than nothing.
I'm banking on me not dying this next round.
See what I can do for you.
I don't want
We're working on it.
All right. Up next is Cal.
All right.
Bring him down. Bring him down.
I'll take the -5.
Okay. And I imagine you're going for the hunter's mark number 1 guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's going to be 21 to attack
Yeah.
for 18 damage.
Oh. For how much?
18 damage on that attack.
Fuck. Okay. So an arrow comes wisping through from down below and gets it right in the face, right in between the eyes. But because it's still kind of got armored plating, it is a dragon. It's just
Yes.
kind of sitting there. So every time it moves its head, the arrow's kind of moving with it.
Well, let's see if I
It's
can
like
put
one
it.
of your video game glitches.
Exactly.
See if I can put in another one. Yeah.
All right, make it happen. Oh, like Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yep.
Split that arrow.
-5 again.
Love that movie. All right. That's how I see you guys.
What's the number 13?
13.
I make it.
Okay.
7, 11, 21 damage.
21 damage. Beautiful.
Just by there, your chin, chin, chin.
Yep.
If you're looking for the monster, it's a Rage Drake.
Oh no, I wasn't looking at that.
And rolling for stealth.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, no, you're not very stealthy. So
I'll lose my advantage rolls.
Yeah, you're kind of aware now to them, and they're kind of communicating to each other, but not to the extent where the southern guy knows exactly, but he
Well,
now is
I'm
aware.
communicating with them too, like, no, I'm totally not down here.
You can totally ride Rage Drakes, by the way.
Huh? Like mount him? I mean, technically it's possible, but we'll see what the dice say. All right. Up next is Arena.
Okay, I'm gonna move in on it and flank this one.
Okay, so you have advantage with sneak attack.
Move in on my rapier, and I'm going to
Green flame grenade.
green flame blade.
Now you're talking.
No.
Because
Yeah.
your shit can
Shimata.
move to the green one.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Josh hasn't done his AoE yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I might
so
need,
25
if I last
to
this
hit.
turn, I might need those third levels for heals.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
Okay.
I'm actually a big fan of that AoE. That was sick.
That was real nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So. 16.
It's on.
So 28 damage, and then 5 is gonna hop over and singe this guy just to piss him off.
It's just like in the nose, like
Yeah.
And
Right.
then I'm just gonna know what I'm gonna do.
stand there.
I'm just gonna stand there. I
Hell
guess.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So our damn. So he is not happy right now. He's flailing his tail around. And go ahead and
Still
roll another Dex saving throw.
19 plus 7
Okay,
I think
that's
she's
fine.
good.
plus
Yeah, I'd say she's good. But now that you're behind him doing the sneak attack and all of this damage, his tail is whipping
I get it,
around.
yeah.
And it's going right over your
It could
head.
hit
And
me,
you're
sure.
doing like cartwheel side flips over the tail to stay alive. He's going to crunch down now on holding Maeve in his jaw, and that's going to do
Don't kill me.
2d6 plus 3.
Yeah. Can't kill me.
4, 5, 6, 7
To attack or damage?
damage.
it's just straight damage.
It's straight.
Yeah, he doesn't get
Since I'm in its
He's already
mouth, it's
grappled.
hard not to hit me. Alright.
Okay,
That
and then
would
he's
be
going to
quite
make a
impressive.
claw attack here at Keth right up front.
Does that, I forget, does that give me disadvantage on breaking free, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
you have disadvantage on breaking free on the next one. 14? No? Okay, so the claw misses on that one. And now our second guy, he's going to come in and he's going to try and bite you.
The claw.
Ooh, with 16?
Yep.
Yep,
That
alright,
was-
so it's going to bite you
So
for
close.
2d6.
And I'm
Plus
grappled
3.
now.
You are also grappled because you are technically smaller than the dragon.
Technically, I am.
Technically, you are. That's
It's a little bit tougher time for me.
seven damage
7.
to get grappled here. Okay, and that's it for my guys, and then it moves on over to you, Keth.
So if you can still attack, you can still attack mine from its mouth, can't you?
Yeah, as of right now, it's kind of comical because these two giant dragon velociraptors are like face to face, and then in one mouth
Would I get
is
the
Maeve,
advantage
and you're in
from
the other
Arena
one.
though, since I'm grappled?
Probably no.
That's what
You're
I'm
not
thinking.
getting any advantage at this moment
Focus
because you're
fires.
grappled.
Here's my thing: do I try and break free, or do I just go start swinging?
Start swinging.
Do whatever
I'd
you
break
want.
free.
man.
Yeah, I'll roll the
Break free, beat a
Strength.
15 straight.
14.
That's twice.
Ah! Alright, I'll swing at him then with my extra attack.
Okay. Unless you want to try and break free. Well, no, that's an attack.
No,
not
it's an extra attack.
Yeah.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Yeah. I won off on both rolls. That's some shit.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
Alright, my turn's over.
What you got, Maeve?
Alright, we're gonna try and break free.
That's some shit.
Beat a 15 with disadvantage.
I'm going to.
I'm scared for you.
11.
That's your disadvantage one?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry.
And then
My strength.
bonus action. 13 to
Hold on,
hit.
it's made 15
Yes, 13
straight
hits.
rolls.
It's a
11
saving
damage.
throw.
11 damage.
So because it's a strength
Very good.
saving throw.
All right,
You
so
can
now
add
he's
your saving
starting to pant now a little bit with you in his mouth. That sounds so
I
wrong.
only have
Yeah,
16,
yeah.
I have
That starts-
16 hit points.
He starts swaying a little bit as he's like trying to gather all the strength that he has to just stay upright and keep you locked in his jaw. So you can kind of tell that he's fatigued quite a bit. But you got a cowl.
Attacking the one that has Maeve in his mouth.
Mavis
Or her mouth.
Her mouth.
Hey.
Its mouth.
Yeah, that's a miss.
What is it?
11
No.
on a 2.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's a no.
Alright, roll again, and what the heck, I'll take the worst
Start on
5.
the left side.
Okay.
There we go.
You got
24.
You got it
Yeah.
straight with the -1.
That hits.
Yep. 10, 15, 19, 20 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Yeah, I'm not dead.
Right through the jawbone, so it just.
All right. So in the he's got a weird position on it as of right now. So Cowl kind of does like a little tumble, a little bit north, a little roll through the brush, and then pulls back the bow and lets the arrow fly true. And as it goes through, it protrudes the jaw enough to knock it loose, letting Maeve fall.
Merv.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Merv. Letting Maeve fall out of the drake's mouth, and as it does, it can't keep its strength anymore. Blood starts gushing as the jaw starts to detach, and it just kind of falls to the ground and coils up a little bit.
And we're making a cell check. 16?
All right. And then with that, our second drake is completely unaware of you doing that, but focuses more on, having this half orc in its mouth and watching its other dragon die. What do you got, Orena?
Alright, I'm going to ready an arrow, and first I'm going to move my hex to this one, and then I'm going to shoot it with an arrow. 19 plus 4.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 18. Oh, no. Plus 4, so 22 plus 4 is 26.
26 damage? Jesus.
You go next, right?
These
No,
dudes
it
can't
goes
help out.
next.
And then
Then
I
you,
get to go
then
next.
And then I'm going to try to stealth up.
why, how about
no, I just want you. On
15
the other
to
side
stealth?
Of the thing.
Yes, 15 successfully stealths.
Okay, I'm stealth.
Okay.
I want the advantage.
you? Well,
Alright.
I have to
So-
see, I have to see something first.
With our last drake here, currently holding
Yep.
your bicep really by the mouth because
Oh.
you're still kind of big but not big enough. So this one, it's got like shoulder bicep. It's you're not
Yeah.
doing too well with being in the mouth at all. Giggity.
It does not feel good.
So it's gonna bite down
Too
on
much
you,
tea.
and you're gonna take 2d6 plus 3, which is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And now you have disadvantage on your
Yep.
disengage. And now it's also going to try and do a double claw here.
On him.
At me?
One at you and one at
Okay.
you.
Am I prone or am I up?
You're up. You're
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, you're not like. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
God,
not
please
prone
miss
at
me.
all. So first one is going to try and claw at you while you're in the mouth. It's going to try and
Yep.
swat at you, and that's going to be a 19.
That hits.
And the claw is 2d8 plus 3, which is 8 damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then the second claw, because you're still within range as it's swatting at him, it's gonna try and swat at you too.
Backhand me.
Yep. With a 17.
Yep.
Okay, and that's gonna be 2d8.
What are you at?
You want to find out?
8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
I'm at 5.
Okay. Up next,
Chris.
Keth.
I'm gonna try and get out.
Alright, beat a 15.
Disadvantage.
I know.
Yep.
16.
You're out.
I will take my extra attack.
Okay, so you bust out. You kind of like give it a nice little punch, and in doing so, like right on the nose, the jaw opens just enough for you to get out and grab your sword for a nice swing. For how much?
21 to hit.
Yep.
15.
Okay, and the sword comes swinging around and The drake is already a little bit discombobulated from breaking out of its mouth, so it's kind of like moving. So as you're swinging, it kind of brushes up against his torso.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. What you got?
I'm going to, first off, cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on myself.
Oh boy.
Oh, good. 14, 19, 26. Yeah.
Woo!
Wow. That's a lot.
I hit 2 7s and a 5. I'm going to back up to 31. I'm then going to move to flank.
Okay.
And I'm also going to move my spiritual weapon over and try and dome it.
Okay.
Because now I have advantage on the roll. 18 naturally plus whatever.
Yes.
So 8 damage.
Okay.
And that's it. At least I'm not dead.
That's
Very
right.
true.
That's true.
Very true. All right. What you got, Cal?
All right. Time for the first attack. Take the -5. That's going to be 16 to hit.
Yes, 16 hits.
Thank God, because the other one was a roll. Was a 1. 10, 17, 18 damage on that.
Good God.
What is your
okay.
plus to hit? +9.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's pretty much always going to hit unless he like rolls a 1 or a 2, basically.
Second attack, -5 again. Same as before. So that is going to be 8. So 14 to a hit, and then we got 10, 6, 21 damage.
You all right? He's out of its triple digits.
Just now? Jesus. All right.
Yep. Well, that one hadn't been hit until
Yeah,
we
I know.
all
Yeah.
started.
And rolling for stealth.
All right.
Get him. Get him.
12.
All right. So it's not completely stealth, but it also doesn't care.
You're
that
shrouded.
Yeah. it doesn't care that you're shooting arrows from a distance. It's not going to run after you. It's kind of preoccupied.
So do I still have advantage or no?
Yeah, you have advantage at this point. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna
As
move
long
up
as it beat a 10.
and attack it with my rapier. 18 natural. to
Yes.
hit. Yeah.
And sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
And hex and all the good.
Oh,
Roll that one again.
okay, so I got 10, 15, 19, 23 damage.
Atta girl.
All y'all taking me down.
And then I'm gonna use my
quickly.
cunning action to disengage and re-stealth. Yeah,
I think
20 for stealth.
It's
it's one or the other.
yeah. You can either hide, disengage, or
Okay, well
something
then
else.
I'll hide.
So if you disengage,
Hide right next to him. She's just like.
yeah, there's nothing around you to be
Fine,
able to
well
hide
then I'm
for unless you.
disengaging.
That'll be fine. Yeah, but you
Because
wouldn't
each
be able
one
to.
is an action.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
Hey,
Nice
you're
try,
out of
though.
its range though, so.
Yeah, nice try.
And it's his turn.
All
This
right.
is when you pop in and out when Josh and I have a flank.
So you broke free. He's no
Yep.
longer in your grasp.
Correct.
Okay, but
You're
he's
no
gonna.
longer in his
That's what I
grasp.
meant. But he's gonna.
No, he's in Chris's grasp now.
He's gonna try and bite you again.
Damn right, he's in my grasp.
He's not going to be able to successfully bite you, unfortunately. But he is going to try and make a couple of swings at you, and the first swing misses tremendously. And the second one is going to hit with a 16.
That hits.
All right.
Right on the nose.
Does it hit you on the nose?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Sure.
It's going to be 2d8 plus 3.
My AC is.
14, 15, 16, 17 damage.
I will use Relentless Endurance and drop
Did that
myself to
drop you?
1 instead of 0.
Oh, buddy.
I'm
Sorry.
still up.
That's true, you are. You haven't technically fallen.
And now it's my turn.
All right.
Still
Motherfucker.
standing.
Here we go. Taking the -5.
Okay.
That is. What the fuck is 13?
13 hits.
I was like, what's.
That math was tough on you.
Yeah.
All right.
Math is hard.
21 damage.
Jesus.
Second turn, I'll take the -5 again.
Yep.
Ah, so close.
18. 12.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll
Okay.
me. 23 damage.
Crap. All right.
If I crit, I could have taken another
Yeah.
attack as a bonus action.
What you got, Maeve?
Going to run over and cast Cure Wounds, not leaving its range.
Yep.
14 hit points to
Thanks, sir.
him. I'm gonna
15
run back
now.
over, and I'm going to melee.
I guess
15
I
to
could
hit.
Second winded. Forgot about
Yes.
For 12 damage.
So let me get this straight. Maeve is this small
Shrunken.
little dwarf hanging out behind this dragon as his tail is flipping around relentlessly. You come running all the way up and you're like tapping Kev on the shoulder.
Like, hold on, Kath, I'm coming.
It's more like the thigh, but yes.
Alright, and then you come running all the way back and you're gonna kind of swing and croquet the back of its leg for 13? Is that right?
12.
12. You should have said, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I'm an honest dwarf.
Fair enough.
When I want to be.
What you got, Kev? Or, Towel?
I get to go again?
Fuck no, you don't.
Oh.
Here, I'll go in your honor. I'll do the -5.
Okay.
Crit.
More dangerous.
Crit mode dangerous. 10, 16, 22 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Ah, killed it?
He's gotten like every death blow.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I know.
Especially with these things.
Right in the rib cage.
Alright. So,
Finding that hard.
it's already feeling a little bit down and about because it's been taking so much damage now that the fatigue is starting to get to it. It can't hold anybody in its jaw anymore. Its tail is flopping around. It's kind of swaying from left to right. It's already got a couple of side slashes on him to where you can kind of see the bones inside. You can see its rib cage. You can kind of see its innards. And then it's almost as if the cowl sees the exact right spot, pulls back on the bow, lets the arrow fly, and it goes right underneath the rib cage, and it hits its heart right inside, and instantly just kind of jaw drops open in front of Keth and just kind of falls right into him. Good job.
I'm gonna go up and try to get back some arrows.
All right, go ahead.
This was still daytime.
Even, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This was still daytime, right?
Yes, this is still daytime.
I'm going to take 3 trophies.
The heads?
Take, well, I could try, but I'm going to take 3 canines from each one.
Sure.
Or a canine from each one.
Sure.
2
Roll a
from
stealth
each one.
check. Or stealth. Roll strength.
Check. Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wait, that's
9.
Strength.
Oh.
9. Alright, so it's going to take you a minute. So while everybody else wants to do something, Keth's primary focus right now is trying to remove the canines from these
Are we,
drakes.
do we want to take a short rest, or? I know Kath and I
I'm gonna
took-
do a strength check too to see if I can get some canines too.
Okay.
15.
Okay, so while Keth is kind of run down,
You
especially
lose
from
him.
being brought down to 0 and then brought back to life almost instantaneously. Yeah, the second wind, kind of like a Captain America, you know.
I could do this all
All
day.
day. Yeah.
Hashtag
Cowl,
Team Cap.
Cowl, who instantaneously is struck by lightning.
I cast healing word.
Right.
I was gonna say Dex.
Trying to.
It's
do a
lightning, you
cartwheel
can't
on-
dodge it.
Right. So, no, Cowl, who's been down in the pit for a while,
17 on my acrobatics check.
kind of runs up into the battle now and looks down and just kind of like plops the teeth out as Keth is just kind of standing there looking like, ugh, son of a bitch. What are you guys
Add
doing?
it to my victory necklace with the board's dusk.
What I was trying to say, do you guys want to take a short rest here so I can heal up? Or if you want to keep moving, I can take 10 minutes and heal myself and Kath.
If we're doing any moving, we're heading back to town because we just took out 3 drakes.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind going back to an
Well then, if we don't mind, I'll just take 10 minutes.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing.
We probably should take a short rest so I can use
I was just about, are we doing a short rest or are we going to treat
Okay, you want to do it about where you're at? Like, you guys want to head down to where the
cart was,
cart
probably.
is? And,
Yeah.
I'd like to take a look at the cart now that I know that there's something down there. because I wasn't down there with it at all.
All right, so you guys kind of make your way down towards the dilapidated, broken down wagon and try and find a comfortable area to rest for
Plop down
about
for
an
a minute.
hour's
About
time.
an hour.
Yeah, and you're doing a
I'm just
perception.
gonna
on
take
that
a look.
area. Sure.
Let me roll.
19.
You don't really see anything of any value
Okay.
left. You mostly see the same stuff that Keth saw, which was cooking and camping supplies. Most of the wares have already been looted from the area.
Fair enough.
Use your
And
con
then-
mod out of this.
Oh, just
For a hit die?
Yeah.
Yes, you had your con mod. Math is hard.
I know.
31. Okay.
So
Good.
that puts me almost to max.
Very good.
One away.
Much better.
Yeah,
Alright.
I rolled 2.
So you guys are resting for an hour. We got 1 hit die in, 2 hit die.
3.
Josh?
Yeah, I used to.
Okay. Arena, what are you doing?
She didn't
Just
do
kind of
shit.
hanging out.
No one else
Yeah,
got
you-
hit. It was just
that's
me and
true.
Kev.
I'm just sharpening my rapier.
Very good.
Yeah.
No.
Getting the blood off.
Just keeping an eye out, make sure.
You're using one of your arrows to pick your teeth as you're watching everybody kind of do their thing.
Honoring the tracks, making sure just making sure there's no more drakes.
Roll perception. Survival, actually. Seeing as how that's kind of...
And since we're in the forest, I get advantage.
There it is. Make it happen.
I'll take the 19.
Oof.
23.
Alright, so with
I
the
rolled 17 on
23...
the other one, so
I
it
know.
was bad.
With the 23, you're kind of looking around at all of the marks left behind, and you can see that there are now scratch marks in the wagon.
Mhm.
You can see that the blood that had been dragged away from the puddle is kind of resembling a tail swipe. So you can see now that everything is starting to make sense. That it appears as though these drakes have hijacked this spot. Yeah. But you also notice that there doesn't seem to be much of anything else in the area. You guys seem to be pretty clear.
Nice.
Alright. So you guys want to head back to town then? Is that
Yep.
what's going on?
Yep.
I'm gonna take. Can I take a look around and see if maybe there's like a part of the cart that's like big enough to set a head on, like a flat, like a pallet.
Like a head on a stake kind of thing?
No, just like setting it on so I can just drag it behind me on like a piece of wood.
Oh, like a
Yeah.
sled.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that.
sweet.
Perception?
Not very good. 7.
Okay, so you don't have that idea. Nice try though.
I have the idea. I just can't find it.
Yeah,
You can't put the idea to paper, as they would say.
yeah. That would have been cool though.
Well, then if I can't find one, can I just take my hammer and bash the side of it and make one?
Just take one of the wheels.
Roll a strength check.
Why would I want a wheel?
Because you put the wheel down and put the head on top and you drag it that way.
But it's not like flat. It'd be like bumpy.
Roll
You rolled a 7 on your perception.
Alright, well, I'm not doing either of those.
What was that one?
4.
Damn it, man.
I used all my rolls on my hits and heels.
Yeah, that's true. That's fine. So yeah, no, you can on that
Can
one.
I just carry all 3 heads?
I mean, you probably could.
I mean, if you really want to, by all means.
All 3.
Fuck yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay, very good. So,
Unintentional showing off.
right, as you
This will be
make your
fun dragging
way,
these into town.
you guys make your way back through.
Look at me just
Oh
carrying
yeah,
this
I'm
drag.
carrying him like this the whole time, of course.
You make it through the day safely on this trip. You still have a full day's travel, so now it's nighttime. Would you guys like to rest up?
Yep.
I would like to, yes, because I'm a little bit fucked up.
Alright. You're a little bit fucked up.
I'll put on some ribs.
Let's see if you guys
Being
survive.
drunk.
With
No,
a 6,
I
there's
burned-
no encounter through the
I
evening.
burned through 6 spells during that.
Well, you're good luck because you
they're all
guys are
back.
going to safely make it through an 8 hours rest of the evening. All of your spell slots are returned, all
And
of
my
your
hit
HT
dies.
is back, and your hit dies are mostly back, depending on how many you had used.
I
Because
used
you
2
only
out of
get
it's
like
half.
half.
You have to get half back. I used 2 out of 5, so I get
Then yeah, yours are back.
I used 3 of 5.
So you get
3
2
of 5, so you get you're down 1 basically.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, so you make it
We
through
got
the
plenty
evening.
of ribs. We're ready to go.
Yeah. Finish up your ration.
Josh,
It's
if
now
you would.
early morning.
Maeve, if you would.
Oh, the sword.
Fuck you! No. Oh. At this point, it's like becoming second nature. I just reach out and just like,
It's like the first thing she does in the morning now.
Okay,
First thing you do in the morning is you brush one off. Of your
First thing
sword.
I do though.
You're gonna make a potion.
7. That was at 9.
You were at 9, so let that carry over to a 6 of 10, and you now have one other potion on you.
Another greater.
No, it's
Regular?
a standard potion. Yes. If you roll a 10 in the morning, that's an HQ. It'll instantly drop up to a greater.
Okay, cool. So I got another potion back though.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so it is now day. You end up marching your way south, heading back to Red Larch.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a spot on this map here to show you guys where it is you'll have.
Where?
Where?
Don't take it back to Eldritch. I'm about to sneeze.
Yep, you guys are making it through the Somber Hills area. And this is where you're headed back to
Excuse
Red
me.
Larch. So, through the day, that's a natural 20.
We go fight some shit.
You guys are gonna have to actually fight something.
Cool.
Hey, I'm back up. I'm good. I'm
Yep.
reset.
It's actually only not so bad.
It's actually only not
It's
bad.
not so bad. It's
Alright.
actually gonna be pretty good.
Sure.
So as you guys are making your way through, you Cowell can perceive the hooing and growling coming from the area behind him.
You say, hooing.
He said who? Who? It's not him.
Was it you?
Woo!
It's not me. Okay. Hey,
Who?
hey, Cal.
Want to share that info? Or we're just
Share
gonna keep
that
blindly
info, or-
walking.
Yes. Whenever the cow senses are tingling,
The
I'll let you
moment
guys.
Cal says that, I stealth up. Oh, that's Cox. Oh, 19 plus 9, so I'm very stealthy.
I sigh heavily.
Alright.
Tell Kath, go ahead and set the heads down. Here we go.
22 on my stealth check.
Very good. So you guys are no longer in the woods at this point. You guys are kind of walking through.
Tall grass stuff.
It's kind of a deserty area, hilly area. It's kind of like the beginning corner of the desert Somber Hills that you've been running through. It's kind of like the outskirt of that, but it's the quickest path through. So it's no longer the brush that you were in. Now it's a little bit nasty-like, and coming from behind you are these giant bears, 2 of them, as they're charging their way towards you, and you can kind of see by the looks of their face that they resemble that of an owl. Go ahead and roll initiative.
How far out are they?
They're 50 feet and they're charging.
Oh, that's some shit.
40 feet and they're charging.
20.
17.
4. It was literally sitting on 18 and just went.
Josh?
6.
Very good. Alright.
Hey,
can you use
you're
a
after me.
1 and a 2 for the thingies, please? Because I
The
don't
owl
have an
bear?
owl bear figure, unfortunately.
Yeah, do it.
They're going to be behind you. Yep, just 1 and a 2. Which one is which? I can't see. Is 1 on my right?
This
Yes.
is 2, this is
Okay,
1.
cool.
Yeah, silver and red is.
Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll do it. We'll do it like you'd be
Red.
reading.
Well, this one shouldn't take too long. They're owl bears, you know. So,
They don't have 130
Arena, you're up first.
HP apiece.
That's true. They don't.
Was I close?
Okay.
No.
They're not drakes. They
For
don't
the
have like
drakes.
190.
One of them did have 190.
You maxed out? Oh, plus or something. That's
Yeah, I
right.
didn't add the plus something.
That's a lot of
Alright, well,
Well, you know what I mean.
We know what you meant.
I did.
I'm stealth, so I'm
I have no
gonna
idea.
fire an arrow at number 1.
Okay, so the owl bear comes charging at you guys, and you shoot an arrow, aiming for its head with a hit of
With a 17 plus 4.
17 hits.
For 18, 22 damage.
Damn it! I was not expecting that.
Girls
And
got
then
a
I'm gonna
cannon.
stealth up. And
Okay.
14 to stealth.
14 is not super successfully stealth at this one, but you're well on your way. They still see you. Who's up next? That would be Cowell.
Yep. Which one did you attack?
Number 1, which is on my left,
Finally,
furthest from you.
after you get that.
Well, it depends. I get to go
Alright,
forward.
I'll mark it. On
Okay.
its mark. I stealthed up, so I'll take the -5. I will go with the 16.
Yeah.
10, 24.
24 damage.
24 damage.
It's exactly half. This motherfucker is bleeding.
They're probably gonna go before. Her rolls were shit.
It's actually good though.
Second attack against 1.
Uh-huh.
I rolled 2 15s, so.
Those
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Your natural 15 did it.
18.
18 damage.
Wait. Yep, 18 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Got one.
Okay. So, as the owlbears are charging in towards you guys because they can, sense.
Because they're owlbears.
Yeah, they're fucking owlbears. Arena pulls back an arrow and lets one loose, and it hits it right, and it's like fluff underneath its head. Doesn't really do much to it, but it's enough for it to kind of like get it a little bit more pissed off. And then 2 more arrows come simultaneously from the cowl on the opposite end of the group. So they come through in the same mark, and now it's slowing down quite a bit. In fact, the second one is now getting further in front of the first one, as the first one is almost kind of getting into the ground as it's losing its balance on its arms. Its ass end is up in the air.
I got one more attack.
Alright.
Jesus, I forgot your third one.
Yeah, beginning combat. I forgot too.
Finish it off.
Fucking Rangers.
Number 1. And we'll go with the 19.
Yep.
And
So fucking dead.
well, because I remembered with this third attack, I actually added an extra 1d8. So 6, 12, 18, 22, 32 damage.
Alright, so then as it's slowing down and its ass end is up in the air, a final arrow comes through the air and gets it right in between the eyes, and it just lets out
At
this,
that point, it's a mercy kill.
Yeah, at this point it starts to let out this
God, I feel
little
bad for this thing.
owly howl, and it just kind of can't pick up anymore, and its ass just falls
Kyle
down.
wants to go home.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
So my owl bear uses the rest of its speed to run in, and if this is the way we're all set up, it's gonna run in towards Cowl, seeing as how he didn't even do a stealth afterwards.
That's fine.
So he's gonna come charging in at you with an 18 plus
Yeah, that's
7 to hit. So yeah, that's gonna hit. Owlbears have multi-attack. It makes 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its claws. So that one was with the beak, and it's going to come in and do a 1d10 plus 5 piercing of 13 damage.
Alright.
Okay, and then it's going to try and do a claw simultaneously with you, and that one is a 10 plus 7 to hit, 17. Okay, and that one's a 2d8. 2d8 plus 5. 13.
Okay. And what I roll for concentration?
To break concentration on my guy is a 12.
Alright, so is it a wisdom?
Yes.
Wait,
no,
wait.
Constitution. It's just a Constitution saving throw. You have to
Okay.
beat
To,
12.
to keep your concentration.
Yes,
keep
to
it down.
keep it, you have to beat a 12.
Okay.
12.
15.
Then yes, you can maintain your concentration.
Well, you have, to
Have
roll
you
twice.
even
gotta do
ever
twice.
gotten hit yet?
Why?
You do it
Oh,
once, attack.
I did hit him twice. Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. You do have to run twice. Thank you.
Plus 3. 13.
13?
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, and you had to be 12. Okay, good.
So your hunter's mark is still there.
You definitely
Yes.
haven't gotten hit today. But I
Well,
was
and
thinking
then on
about
its
it,
turn,
and I
it's
was
gonna move.
like,
So that's it for me.
The one
Up
combat
next
where I had to go on with my
is
sword.
Maeve.
Me? Alright,
you're up.
I'm going to...
I don't need to flank with you at this time.
Oh,
you
I
can
know.
do what you want.
I know. I'm going to guiding bolt him.
Okay.
14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 4d6 radiant damage. Does it give him a modifier or no? Nope, just 46. Uh, 10 damage, and the next attack made against it
Has
has
advantage.
advantage, even though you're going to flank anyway. But just in case, there it is.
Nice. All right. So then, what you got, Keth? Flank it
We'll take the -5.
with your already advantage.
Whoops. An 8.
8 does not hit. How does that even work?
Roll 2 5s. Alright, my second attack, I'll take the -5 again.
Better.
Crit.
Yeah, go for it.
This will be fun.
I hope.
35 damage.
Jesus Christ.
And I will, since I crit him... Oh, I get to roll one of the weapons damage dice an additional time and add it again. Hold on. 46 damage. Sorry, forgot about that.
Wait, on this next one or total?
No,
No,
That's the
that's
first
for
one.
that one hit.
That's the first hit.
That's total.
Okay.
'Cause
46?
I forget,
Yep.
yeah, I
46.
forget.
If he crits, he gets an extra.
I get to
dice
roll
Half
an
orc.
additional weapon damage.
It was buried.
Did I kill it?
Yeah. Yeah, killed
He's
it.
still swinging like, is it dead yet? Is it
Oh
dead
my
yet?
God. So you
How
just
much
come
did you
through
do
and you
damage
give it
to
a
it then?
swipe up with your sword, and then you kind of come down right with it and pin its
Oh, I
neck
lopped
to
its
the
head
ground.
right off.
Nice. Well done. Jesus. Holy crap. Okay.
Oh, man, I love doing that.
Well done.
Can I investigate how nice their fur is?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have 0 on investigation, but it's a natural 18.
Okay.
You,
Is it like nice soft fur, or is it like coarse? Like
no, it's very soft fur. In fact, it would make a very nice throw rug.
I'm going to try and skin it.
You
I want to make a cloak.
All right.
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and
take the second one and do the same thing.
sure do a sleight of hand.
Me?
Sleight of
Yes.
hand.
What about survival with that?
No, to cut it without
Ugh.
destroying the hide. Sleight of
Survival wouldn't count either?
hand.
Or as well?
No, because
Okay.
survival is a wisdom base, and survival.
Would it be
is-
like nature in terms of like,
20.
or animal handling?
Nature is knowing
No, animal
about...
handling is also wisdom. You want to do a dexterity to see if you can safely cut.
Oh.
Very carefully. So
Yeah,
I rolled
without
a 20.
destroying the hide.
I rolled a 20.
Then
to
yes,
skin
you can
it.
successfully
Okay.
skin the owl
Can
bear.
you skin some extra for a small dwarf? Because I'm probably gonna butcher this.
Yeah, I'll roll.
I rolled a 4.
I'll roll
Sleight of
again
hand.
to do the
Yeah,
second
no,
one
you,
to help out
you're,
Maeve.
like,
I started, but my hand
You're
was
almost
shaking.
like giving it a
I'm like,
haircut.
I'm too small. I can't get up there. I need a taller person to help me.
giving it a haircut, a trim.
I will tie the head I lopped off to my heads.
Good lord.
So you have 4 of them. Do you want to take the
Alright.
other one?
I rolled a 15 to skin the other
That's
one.
fine.
Sure, fuck it,
You
we'll
can
take the
the
other
two
owlbear
hides then.
too.
You gonna
Okay.
cut the 5 heads?
And I give one of
Okay.
the hides to Maeve.
We're totally turning those
Alright.
into ghosts.
So
Oh,
then,
yeah.
with
I want like a cloak.
with that encounter out of the way, you guys keep making your way towards town. It is
Back
now
to Red Larch.
It is now darkness when you're about the 6 hours mark out. If you want to push through into the evening to make it into town, you'll make it there at midnight.
I'm
Sure,
gonna
Through.
pushing.
Yeah, we'll
Push
push.
through.
Push it.
I'll push it real
Push
good.
it real good.
Alright. Here's the encounter
It
die.
is a
If it's
myth.
an 18 or higher, there's one more fight. Otherwise, you make it to
Bring
town.
it.
Okay.
If there's another fight, I'm gonna light
That's a
up.
2.
Okay.
Oh, is it bad that I kind of wanted another fight just to unload every spell?
No,
I know
I
you want
don't-
to leave.
He's
I
gotta
know.
run.
I know.
He's gotta run. Alright, so you guys make it back to town successfully. It is midnight. As you approach the town, you can see that it's in very similar condition as it was the half week it was when you left. Lanterns are lit. Everybody is at home, quiet, sleeping, and resting. And as you guys make your way in, you are now at the front of the Red Larch, or at the
Swinging
Swinging
Sword.
Inn.
Cool.
I imagine you guys are going to.
Yeah, I'm
wanna
gonna
head
pop in the back.
inside
Oh, yeah?
and the evening.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so
Before I go to bed and behind the fire, I'm gonna like clean that thing. Just kind
clean the hide off.
I'm
Yeah,
also
just, like,
gonna clean
it
the
off
hide
with the
off.
fire and like try and like.
Are you gonna be outside with Maeve doing that
Yes.
then? Because that would probably be the better spot
Yes,
to do
I'm
it.
gonna go outside with Maeve.
All right, so Arena and Maeve head around the outside of the Swinging Sword.
I'll
and-
leave my trophies with them.
Yeah, taking those inside might scare
Yeah,
some people.
I don't
Yeah.
think you'd want to watch. Not to mention the smell
Mm.
in the inn would probably be bad.
6
I'm gonna
hours
leave
of
them out
out in the
So
sun.
Cowell and Keth are going inside to bed.
Yep, and straight to bed.
All right.
Ladies are camping
So
out.
as you two enter in, you
Cross
see
name.
the innkeep standing there, and you guys just both kind of like raise your hand, wave, and head straight up the stairs, and she kind of gives that
It's a long
acknowledgement
day.
bow as you both end your evening.
Kate's like, I almost died.
Yeah, Brett killed a guy. I'm meaning to talk to you about that.
Cal killed a
Probably
guy,
way
like
low
7 of
for
them.
You guys want to know how much experience you gained?
Yes,
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
I will tell you.
I would hope so.
Wow, you guys, like these guys were worth a lot of fucking dough.
Okay.
That would be. Each of you take home 2,000 experience each.
Yay.
9625.
Is what you're currently at?
If you're adding 2,000 to it, yes.
Yep, right on. Congratulations, guys. I'm pretty sure that in the morning you've got some loose ends to tie up, but
Oh,
unfortunately we're going to have to wait until next week to see what.
Exciting adventures
What
away.
our
Exactly.
rewards for killing drakes are.
Right. So, with that, I want to thank you all for joining us this evening, and I want to thank you guys for being here to actually play this. So, let's do a quick run around the table, and we'll be out of here. On my right, we have Clever Eric Moeller from Ramble On About Movies.
There's my camera. Yes, thank you. Make sure you follow us, Ramble On About Movies. Check out our latest podcast where we have Tony and Erica on, where we give a full, rotten, spoiler-heavy review of the Avengers Infinity War. Tears were shed.
Many. So, thank
Some
you for
from
that.
laughter.
But mostly from crying.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Going around the table, we have Chris.
Find me on Facebook. I'm sure Tony will be tagging in this, so
You could also just say your name.
make him do it the hard way.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Make them earn it.
You're damn right.
Earn you following you. All right, fair
Very
enough.
good. Erica May.
Yeah. Great time tonight. Follow me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Geeky Baby, and check out the new podcast, like Eric said, where I finally got my 3rd appearance. So I
Yep.
got my nickname, the Geeky Rogue.
That's right.
Wait, robe or rogue?
Rogue.
Rogue.
Very
That's
good.
way better than mine.
You're the big green because
Oh,
you're
and
big
last
and
thing.
Irish.
Last thing, thank you, Billy Hill, for our amazing dice rollers. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes, I'd show you mine as well, but it's down here and it's got dice in it. But thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Moving along the table, we have Josh Bratton.
Well, I had a great time playing. Hope you all enjoyed watching. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JTBratton21. Facebook's just Josh Bratton, and with my cohort here, Casual Critics on everything. YouTube,
That's
Twitter,
right.
Instagram, all of it.
Find us right here on twitch.tv/casualcritics, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're there. I'm the real Anthony Dane. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.
Ah.